Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hardly Heroes. How are my heroes doing today?
We're doing good.
Feeling good. Yeah.
Yeah? What's got you feeling good?
It's almost Christmas.
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
What would you get for Anne?
Oh, mate. I've blown the budget out, but I keep seeing social media ads for this thing and I can't ignore it anymore. It's just insane. Fran's really into like skincare, which I'm sure Neil can attest to, having met her. It's called a cryo mask. It literally looks like something out of a bad sci-fi movie. It's like a big plastic mask that shines blue light on your face, and it somehow is meant to like repair skin
By shining blue light?
and like being cold. Yeah, I don't know.
I get
Just
the being
if you-
cold, but the blue light? Really? That's
I
wild.
don't know. I don't know. There is a blue light. It may be that it's not part of the. You know, for all I know, it could be a blue light just for the purpose of being blue light. The blue light could be a side effect of something else the light's doing, or it could be purely just like aesthetic. But
Got it.
it's called a cryo mask. If you want to look it up, it looks insane. It's the Shark Cryo Glow specifically.
Oh, it does have a blue light. You're not kidding.
I'm not kidding. The social media adverts for it are pretty hilarious. So that's what has made me want to buy it, because I just think it'll be funny to see her walk around the house with it.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you, MrMouton? What's Peach getting?
Just a bunch of jewelry this year.
Nice.
So,
Well,
what else you getting?
our party, we're on our way to a new estate. Well, we're about to go. We're about to leave. Lady Pine lives here. She is a Dracissian noble who inherited, was brought to this land to replace another noble who wasn't doing so well, who didn't side with Kel Marshall. So, you know, one of them scummy Dracissian forest dwellers.
Yeah.
And their estate is, what, a day and a half from you? A day from you?
Before we leave the current, because we came to this one village and then decided not to kill this guy, so we've not done anything in this village. We're just chilling. It's not even a village, it's a township.
Yeah.
There's a keep, Martin Bailey. In preparation of what's to come, I would like to buy us some outfits.
We don't know what the new one is. The old one is Martin Bailey. Is this one is Martin Bailey as well?
You haven't been to Lady Pines yet. The place that you're at
Yeah.
currently is a Martin Bailey.
I am. That's what I'm talking about. The
Yeah.
one we're currently at.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to buy clothes, Neil, so that if I wanted to disguise myself as a noble, I would be able to. And I would also like to buy clothes for the girl and Pigeon. Now, I don't know how easy that stuff is to come by in a town like this, but I'd like to do as best I can, unless it's completely inadequate, and then I won't bother.
Yeah, this is a large village or a small town that we're in here. We're out in the plains. You can buy lots of peasant clothing of, sometimes we use the word peasant as a derogatory term. In this case, I'm not. You can buy peasant clothes that are quite nice, that are, that you would feel comfortable going to a celebration, and it wouldn't be super fancy, but it would be like, a nice frock or a nice hat and suit or whatever.
Okay, well, let me just
But you
intervene
want
here.
noble clothing.
But I don't want clothes necessarily for a banquet or something. I want clothes like traveling clothes, like a noble might wear if they were traveling.
Those things are all custom made, right? They don't
Makes
just
sense.
sell it off the rack. Everything is tailor made. So if you want to stick around for a few weeks, totally, we can get you whatever you want. If you want something right now, you'd have to go back to Fortune. You might be able to find something off the rack in Fortune.
What's the vibe about getting something like this made if you're not obviously a noble?
I need to Google a word real quick here. So there's this thing in history called sumptuary laws, and they're laws designed to restrict excessive personal expenditures in the interest of preventing extravagance and luxury, but also in the interest of like separating between the noble classes and the lower classes. It's always, all the laws of society are bent to benefit the upper class. And so there are certain things that if you tried to buy them, even if you had money, like you wouldn't be able to do it. Not because like, the tailor could make it, but if the tailor made it for you, the tailor would get in trouble for, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you can buy very nice clothing. There are going to be a couple of colors that are limited to you. Like you're not going to be able to get this particular shade of purple that's used by the count in the area because this shade of purple is like his family color. But you could get other things. You could buy jewelry. You could buy all that sort of stuff. In this village here, in this part of the world, you would be fine buying clothing that if you could pull off a noble accent and a noble way of walk, people would be like, oh yeah, he's probably just a noble. And it wouldn't be too big of a problem. There are other things, land, property, certain types of fortification, certain like high fancy items that would be barred to you, like, you know, a type of carriage might be barred to you. But you could get like a clothing that could transcend the moneyed noble class in this area. You could buy that.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I'd like to do then. I want to buy outfits for the three of us. Probably that I'm the lord and the two of them are like hand servants or whatever.
Sure.
You, the Lord?
Yeah, me the lord. Because I'm the only one who can probably do the accent.
It'll take 2 weeks to get everything made.
So where this village is, where we're going, and then where we're picking up our guys.
Is it conveniently on the way back?
Yeah, it's on the way back. Can I order it, go to Lady Pine, and then come back through here on the way back to pick up our dudes?
Yeah, Lady Pine by horseback is a day to 2 days away. So you could leave here, go to Lady Pine, do all that stuff, come back to this place, kick it for a week, and then go back to your dudes.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Did you send them a message, by the way?
Nick talked about it.
You had
What do you want
talked
the
about it,
message
but
to
we
be?
hadn't done it yet. Do you need to send them a message to wait for you?
How long have we
or-
told them to wait?
We told him to
Uh,
wait so far.
And how long have we been?
2-3
You-
days?
Yeah, it's been like
It's only been like
Yeah.
2 days.
you
I
got
don't
to
know, like how long do
Fortune
you
on the
think we'll be at Lady
15th.
Pines?
You left Fortune on the 16th. You got to Lord Barley. That's where you are right now, is at Lord Barley.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right? On the
Yeah.
16th. So today is the 17th. You left your people on the 14th. It's only been 3 days since you last saw your hired help.
Okay, I think that we can do the outfits another time.
Yeah, we can just do them at home.
Yeah, so fuck it. Let's go. We'll still aim to get back by the end of the week.
We'll maintain the timeline.
Great.
This whole conversation happens as we're riding out of the town, and I look towards the market, and it goes in my mind, and then I imagine going and buying all the outfits, and then I imagine having to send a message to the guy, and then I just think, fuck it, and we leave.
It's just too much fucking work. Yeah.
We carry on going.
All right. Out into the plains we go. And it's not too far into the plains before we start running into more of those disturbed sections of land. Sometimes it's just like a little 3x4. In one other area, you see like 4 of these disturbed spots that you're pretty certain something crawled out of the ground from. And then maybe, another
Just keep it
2
pushing.
hours down the road, you come across like an area. Like it's more of like a 20 by 30 section of ground. And the borders of it are a little bit more vague, where it looks like someone ran a plow back and forth through here, and all the ground is sort of turned up. You can see it's not recently turned up, like it wasn't done last night, because there's no grass growing through it, but it's had time to settle a little bit. The morning dew has helped to smooth out some of the sharper angles on the upturned ground here.
I just, out of curiosity, will jump off my horse in this area. Briefly.
Yeah.
I just my own interest now. I just want to dig around in the dirt here, not like digging into the dirt, but like looking around in the grass and the surface level of the dirt. The signs that there maybe was a battle here, like maybe some discarded weapons, some arrows, perhaps some like bits of armor that have been cleaved off, just to confirm my suspicion that this is maybe where a lot of people died, and that's why there's so many people here who've got up. And I'll do this for about 10 minutes. Or if something scares me, in which case I'll leave sooner.
Okay.
Give me a second here, Pigeon.
Okay.
Just doing some investigating.
Just the ground, man.
Yeah. So you hop off your horse. You're on this little trail. You can see this area. It's maybe 50 feet from the road. There's some nice tall grasses between you and that section. You know, grasses that would be hip high. And you can see the section because like it's an area where the grasses aren't, and it's large enough that even by being up on horseback, even through the hip high grass, you can see the ground. So you gotta trot your horse over to this area.
Okay, I'm carrying on, but I thought we were going through it anyway. I didn't realize I was going off the road.
It's only like 50 feet. It's right there.
Don't be a pussy.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah. You hop off, and you said you weren't digging in the ground, but you're like kicking the earth around, kind of poking at it with your foot. Yeah. Pretty quickly, you kick something, and as the dirt clod moves, there's like a belt buckle that must be, embedded in the earth, or the belt is embedded in the earth, and the buckle kind of flops over and clangs. It's just, it's an ordinary person's belt. And as you kick around a little bit more, you see some cufflinks over here, some tattered clothing over there. There's stuff here. You'd have to really like dig around to figure out what's going on.
That's enough for me. I'm going to go back. I've confirmed my suspicions.
What were the suspicions?
There was a battle here, and all the people died, and then they've got back up to murder people in the night.
Mm-hmm.
Belt and cufflinks, classic battle signs. Yeah.
Come on. Enough fucking around.
All right, God. Since when did you get so serious, Pigeon? I say, getting back on my horse.
I don't like this grave shit.
Yeah, well, it seems it's par for the course around here. You're right, though. Let's keep going.
I want to get to the next place. Let's speed it up.
We'll be there before dark. Don't worry.
Okay.
We better be.
Yeah, I think you travel for the next few miles in a bit of quiet. You come across a village out here. You can see there's all this pasture land with all of these, what do you call them? Like stone walls that would like keep in sheep or cows that kind of spread out over the area. And you've got this little trail that goes in between it. You can see there's some goats and sheep and cows out there. And then there's this little village that's just off the trail. And the little village is pretty densely packed. It's not like a nice sprawling thing. Even though it's a village, it's got like 2-story, one of them has 3 stories, buildings that are made out of timber or stone. And everyone's sort of crammed in pretty closely together. And then there's also a bunch of little tiny paddocks in this area. And then that same sort of like moat fixture that runs around the village, only this one doesn't connect to a bigger creek or stream area. And you can see as you're riding nearby, there are some young lads and lasses who are just hauling water from a well to the little moat structure and just dumping a couple of buckets of water into the moat as they make conversation with each other.
How wide is the moat? Like, could my horse jump over it if I wanted to?
At the top, it's probably like 10 or 12 feet wide. If you were a trained horseman with a trained horse, probably, maybe. But you yourself, definitely not.
Hey, kids! I call over. My bag.
Yeah, you can get close enough to them. The trail goes right through the village, and they're kind of near to the trail. Easier to walk on it than through the rough.
Whose village is this?
Lady Pines, our liege lord, sir.
We're looking for a place to stay for a few days. Do you mind if we stay with you guys? We pay. Keep our barn. You keep our horses in a barn, feed us.
Pa's got a barn. I'm sure for the right money, he'll let you stay. Kid shrugs. I'm not Pa.
All right, take me to your daddy.
The kids will hand off the bucket to another one.
Did I I thought this was just like farming on the outskirts of the town, or is this the town?
This is not Lady Pine's estate. This is a village before that. She's got
a
larger territory with multiple little villages.
With the farmers?
Yes, because no one in the big city will see us. We will know the estate, right? It's not like we're going to be, where's Lady Pine live, Is it this one? Is it this one?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to sneak in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How far is it to the estate from here? I say to one of them. Where's the main town? This can't be the town.
No. The estate's that way. That's where the market is, he says.
How far is the market from here?
6-hour walk.
Okay.
You can barely get there in back a day. in a day.
And horses, how long you think, Nick?
3 hours.
2?
3.
Okay. No, yeah. All right, good.
Is that okay? Well, because the thing is, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means we got to travel at night. Whereas if we're in the town, we don't have to travel at night, or at least not very far.
Yeah, but ooh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. We want to be near the market because we got our stuff to sell. Here you go, kid. I'll hand him 1 silver piece.
Nice.
He takes the
Thanks
silver
for the
piece.
advice.
You didn't want to stay at the barn?
No, it's too far. You
Too
know
far
anybody
from
who
what?
lives in town? The market.
Oh. Well, the Thatchers, they got an inn in town, and a tavern, and it's got 2 stories to it.
All right, what's your pa's name?
Gripus.
All right, we'll tell him Gripus sent us this way.
See you, kid.
The kid,
See
you
you,
know,
kid.
just looks slack-jawed at the strangers on horseback. He doesn't seem too plussed about it. Then you
As
guys
we as we ride out, I say, there's no way we could have stayed in here.
No, this is a shithole.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm from a literal shithole, but this is something else.
Well, funny little known fact, I was actually born in a shithole.
I know, I was there.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that little known, trust me. We all used to laugh about it.
All right. So the party's going to push on to Lady Pine's estate, that other little village out there. And it's only, 6 hours by foot, probably not that long by horseback. You head out into
As we go, can we come up with a plan? Like what's our plan here? Keep a low
Get there,
profile
go
when
to the
when we
end.
get there.
Keep a low profile, commit the heist.
Let's assume that she's got a Martin Bailey though. Like, is our plan to just sneak in at night?
I nod.
We gonna do some research, or you think we can just find stuff to steal once we're in there?
Well, my plan originally was we pay off the Mystrian guys. Not Mystrians, the Eridonian guys. And we could give them a cut. We could also pay them to just, give us a key, let us in the back, leave a door unlocked. We're stealing from the Drakissians here, not good old Eridonians.
Well, if we've got a man on the inside, then we can find the treasury. In which case,
But anyone who knows where the treasury is probably is very far in, works high
You
up.
think?
They're not going to want to ruin their life.
You think it's hidden? I would have thought they kept. I guess I wouldn't know.
Think about our house. Our shit's hidden. If we're over there thinking of skeleton pits and hidden behind doors and fake locks, what the hell are they thinking of?
There's no way these guys have got a skeleton pit.
Right.
Wait, but wait, actually, maybe they've got a zombie pit.
They might have a zombie pit.
Oh, that's true.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
You any good at cards, Pigeon? I say, knowing that you're.
I don't think I
You're
have a
probably
gaming
not.
proficiency.
Do you know what would be sick?
No.
Would be, rather than trying to bribe the soldiers, would be to join a game of cards and cheat to make one of them hugely in debt, and then hold the debt over him to get him to let us in.
That would be very good. I don't think I have anything for that. I mean, I have a perception. I could I'm trying to think of what I would do with that.
Because
If you were behind him and then you were mouthing me his hand, I
It's a
could
bit obvious,
lip
isn't it?
read check you.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's pretty
true.
obvious. We
Wouldn't
could do
even
like
have to be-
hiding. We could do symbols. We have thieves can't.
I guess what I was going to ask is cheating something that would require the gaming proficiency?
We can find a way to do cheating in a game, but in a society like this, cheating is one of those things that people will get accused of. Even if you're just a lucky day, you might get accused of cheating and cheating in cards or gambling. Yeah, I mean, maybe not legally a death sentence, but you're likely to come to very serious
Close,
fisticuffs
yeah.
over it. So totally doable, but there's going to be
find out.
risk involved, which you might not care. Like who you have to fight a guard.
I just think if
to
we're
fight
trying to get
guards.
someone to betray their lord and do it full-throatedly, like properly, actually wanting to help us, we need more than just bribing them with a bit of money. It's either got to be maybe we could do an insane amount of money potentially, but I think like a hostage or
I think a hostage would be good.
debt.
We could figure out someone who works there, go to their
Like,
house, take
steal
their
our
family.
kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But who's gonna have the Okay, we both need to be there for the invasion. Do you think Angelica's gonna be able to hold the kids and, you think she's gonna be able to hold it down with the kids?
That's true.
Angelica, do you like kids?
No,
Good.
Good.
They're loud,
actually
annoying.
Good. Now, what are your ambitions in life?
ambitions.
Yeah, what do you want to make of yourself? You want money? A
Yeah.
place?
Yeah,
All right. Well, why do you want money?
because money. When you have money, you can do what you want.
So you want freedom and to be able to do what you want.
Yeah.
And money is a byproduct that allows you to do that.
What's a byproduct?
I shake my head. I don't even know. I just heard someone say it.
He turned into a philosopher overnight, Pigeon.
Oh, a little bit. Have you been gaining
teaching you how to
HP?
read?
Fiona talks about fuck you money. That's what I want.
Yeah.
All right. And we got a way to get you some of that.
What do I gotta do? She says, looking at you suspiciously. You want me to kill a kid?
No, okay. God, no, we're not child murderers. But we're
He
not
nods.
above taking a kid hostage in order to get someone to do something for us.
The thing is, they'd have to believe that you would kill the kid. It's not an easy thing to sell. A woman? Maybe I'm sexist, but I'm not sure everyone thinks a woman's got that in them to kill a little kid.
They wouldn't have to know it was her. They could think it was us holding the kid. And
Well,
she
no,
would
so-
just be the one doing it.
We'd need the soldier would know we'd be there, right? He'd be letting us in.
Yeah, but we would just say, we got him with one of our people.
Yeah.
We got him in a spot. We'll never tell you. You want him back? You're going to help us.
Oh, well, in that case, yeah. I mean, Angelica
And we would
can
just have
handle
her
that.
watching him. Yeah.
You're just watching a kid that's tied up. That's fine.
I can do that.
Okay, that's a good semblance of a plan.
Yeah.
Now we need to find someone who's got a kid.
All right. Well, this is what I'm saying. Let's not rush into it. Let's settle in to the area.
And we need to send a note for another week. But I
Yeah, I
worry
think-
that they're not going to want to hang another week. These guys
not?
weren't doing us a favor, technically. You saw how they were acting. They weren't very happy to be helping us.
They seemed all right. To me, it looked like they were quite happy to be sitting in the tavern for a week, getting drunk. I mean,
Yeah, but they they got lives. They got shit going on. They signed up for a week or two, not 3 or 4. I'm just a little wary about it. Let's go and see what we got, and let's see where we're at.
okay, but we could find other guides in Fortune. We could find someone in Fortune.
I don't think we're welcome back in Fortune. Or wanted men there.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's see what kind of castle they got, and then we'll figure it out. It's a newer one. They just built it, so it might not be crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah.
We continue on with a semblance of a plan.
Right. As the hours begin to pass, the sun's getting sort of low in the sky. You can see off in the distance, there's like a rise. And it's probably the keep that you're seeing off there. That's probably what it is. But you pass a wagon, or what appears to be a wagon that is broken down. You've got like 6 dudes, 6 young men who are trying to get this. 3 of them are lifting the wagon from one side. Another 2 are like trying to get this broken wheel that they've like repaired back onto it, while the sixth one is standing around like shouting at them to put your backs into it. No, scoot it in more. Lift it. And they kind of heave and hoe, but the ground is a little uneven. The wagon's already in an awkward spot, and they just can't quite lift it high enough. It's just like it's leaning on that front wheel that's missing far too much for them. So they kind of rest for a moment as the three of you start coming around. The lead guy who's shouting at everyone starts waving at you.
Are they armed, and do they have horses? Yeah, pulling the wagon.
They have an ox pulling the wagon, and they do have weapons on them. They've got like short swords and hammers, but no armor.
You want to help them?
We can talk. I stop my horse, Neil, not like right next to them. I'd want some room between me, but I shout over, "What's going on?
Through
Wagon
a
trouble?"
wheel. Yeah, through a wheel. Gotta get everything all patched up.
I don't think this is the kind of place you want to be outside at night, my friend.
Tell me about it. Can you give us a hand?
A hand how?
Well, wagon's loaded with all sorts of stuff, but he points to the uneven ground and how the wagon's like tilted forward, and in order to actually get that wheel on, you'd have to like lift the wagon up, significantly, so you're supporting most of the weight of it. It's like we got to lift it. We need some good strong backs. You look like a strong feller.
What are you hauling here? I say, like, I walk my horse a little bit around to try and see inside the wagon.
Yeah, his eyes flick to your body and your side. Are you wearing your armor?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm also throwing out a perception check to see, like, does anybody have their hand on their swords or anything like that? I'm worried that it might be a little bit of a twap.
Yeah, it could be. It's a classic trap. This is
Classic trap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you go to hop. You said you were riding over towards their cart.
I want to look what's in the car. I'm imagining like a Wild West wagon, but maybe it's just a pickup truck style wagon. I can already see what's in it. I don't know. But I want to see what are they?
By Wild West, you mean like a rounded covered wagon?
Yeah.
It is not a rounded covered wagon, but there is a tarp that is like tossed over all the things in the back, which is standard practice. That way if there's dust or debris that falls in, you can just like shake it off the tarp and it doesn't, become a cluster. It's also how you might hide things from peering eyes.
Or hide nothing in there.
That's right. The gents say, it's just our trade and our business. We'd love a hand, but we're not looking for any trouble. Moon, you're looking at people's hands, right?
Yeah.
But people are looking at you, and you've got your armor on. And here's this other big guy, and you're both on horses with decent
I'll also
weapons, and they seem a little
lip reading
nervous.
If anybody's whispering.
They seem nervous, do they?
Yeah, I think you're both you're a little cautious. It's a trap, but for their point of view, like it's also, you guys could be brigands. So there's a little bit of.
Are you guys heading to the town?
We are.
If there's any
far is it?
whispering, I'm lip reading.
There's not. Everyone's just pretty tight-lipped over there.
How far is it?
He points. You see that rise? Well, that's the Mountain Bailey. That's the keep. Town's just in front of it. The wagon and everything was together. We could be there in an hour or two.
Is that where you live?
No, God, no. No, we're travelers.
You know anyone there?
What's it to you?
I'm just heading there. I don't know anyone.
Where are you from?
Other side of the world, my friend. I jumped down off the horse.
Your Aerodonian's pretty good for someone from the other side of the world.
Oh, well, it just feels like the other side of the world. I'm from Stromheim.
I'll walk over on my horse and I'll also jump down.
He'll step forward and hold out a hand.
I guess it is worth pigeon helping. I shake his hand.
My name's Claude.
Name's Luther.
This your man? He says, pointing to Luther. Your bodyguard?
Is he my bodyguard?
Yeah.
No, that's my little nephew. All right, come on, pigeon. Let's lift this thing. Come on, boys. On your feet.
I will help them.
You hop off your horse.
Yep.
Right. You come on over to the wagon. They direct you to be like, help lift it over here. We only need 2 people to manage the wheel, but we need as many backs as we can on the lifting. And So they
I
get
get
you over.
Pigeon to do the wheel, maybe, because he's dexterous and good with his hands, and obviously not that strong. So
I'll help him whatever way he thinks best. Yeah.
we should get the strongest guys lifting and the weakest
Oh, he's
guys
so
doing the wheel.
tall. He's got to be. He's tall and young. He's going to be a great lifter.
All right. Let's go. I get a good grip under it, Neil. I'm the strongest person here, confirmed.
Looking around, let me just do some quick 3d6s. It's not impossible that someone could be stronger than you.
Unlikely.
4.
I'm 1 in a million.
3 people lifting before. Yeah, you're definitely the strongest of this group.
Badass. All right.
Absolutely. Yes.
I'm going to lift it.
Yeah, the two of you added with these people, you put your backs into it with the extra manpower here. You can lift this up, no checks needed, and they can get the makeshift wheel on. Instead of being nice and round on all the sides, it's got like 2 flat sides. It's gonna go thump thump thump. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. It's probably gonna break again, but at least they'll be able to get the cart somewhere.
I shake the guy's hand again and say, I didn't catch your name.
Claude,
Oh yeah, Claude. Sorry, I
Claude.
did catch it.
who's the girl? Is that your other nephew, niece?
She's a cousin.
And you're all out
we're
here without any friends?
Well, we're going to be in Thatcher's tonight, hoping to make some new friends. Maybe I'll see you there.
Well, maybe I'll see your money there, he says. He takes a step back and draws his swords, and his surrounding
Come on.
friends
What a fucking
begin to
idiot.
draw their weapons.
I draw mine.
I
What
Gentlemen.
a crazy person.
Gentlemen, come on. 6 on 2. No. We'll take your money. We'll take your horses. We'll leave your
magic
lives.
dagger at him.
Immediately, the dagger comes out, hurled across the
The guy
area.
gets hit, immediately sprints off.
Ready? Yeah, I know. Okay, it's attack roll.
It's an attack roll.
Surprise.
I will give you. Well, they're drawing weapons. I don't think they're surprised. No.
19.
19 is absolutely a hit.
Plus whatever the magic bonus is.
Yes.
And then here's the damage. 3 plus whatever the magic bonus is doubled, I think.
No, we would double the 3 and then add the bonuses.
Double the 3
Yeah.
of the bonuses. So at least 6 damage, which is real good.
And I need my handy dandy pile of d8s. And you're throwing this at Claude, right? The guy who's doing the talking.
I've not recovered any HP since the fight in the tavern in Fortune right now.
Correct.
Oh.
Well,
Claude's
your
there.
dagger flies end over end. It strikes Claude in the sternum, and he just collapses into a heap at the ground.
As he's talking, right? Like he's in the middle of saying like 2 against 6, blah blah blah. He looks down, sees the dagger protruding out, says "Oh shit," and then dies.
I will roll for initiative.
I draw my sword. Yeah.
Ooh. Yes, everyone draws swords. Let's roll for initiative. I need to get some little tokens out for our new friends.
I think these guys need to be making a morale check because they just got.
I think
I
you
just
did. He
I
rolled.
just rolled a bunch of
Okay.
dice.
Okay.
Ooh, I think I deleted your characters and your initiatives. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I have 5. I'll do it.
Oh, that was an attack roll. Doesn't count.
Good. You got the bad roll out of the way. Good.
Yeah, you need to tank me because I'm
I know.
only on 11 HP. Yeah.
There's only so much. I mean, I don't have taunt, you know.
Yeah, I know. Luckily, our horses are well trained in battle, so they can
True.
they can leap to our defense.
They're gonna just jump in and start biting them.
They do a bite and then they do like a front kick where they jump up with their front legs and then kick out with their back legs and chin them, shatter their jaws.
All this runs through Lucer's head as his horse sits there chewing the nearby grass, not
Yeah.
paying attention.
God damn it.
Okay, their initiatives are 10, 5, 9, 5, 5. Wow, a lot of 5s today.
It's a whirlwind of activity at 5 initiative.
Yeah. I think Pigeon throws his dagger. It hits the target. Hands were already on swords. Everyone jumps to action, and there's just a huge calamity all at once. Luther, you were practically next to the person shaking hands. Maybe not, like, you had just shaken his hand, and he took a couple steps back to draw his sword, which, why you're not in the targeting.
I wonder if I could pull the dagger out of his chest before he hits the ground.
No.
Okay.
But you could pull the dagger out of his chest while it's on the ground, but people are going to be on you immediately.
I'm assuming that would be an action.
To withdraw the dagger?
No.
Yeah.
All right, this is where it gets tricky. If you just want to pick up something off the ground, it's not necessarily an action. But if you're like in combat, you could pick something up without provoking an attack by taking an action to do it.
Or you could provoke an attack.
Or you could provoke attacks by anyone who would be around
But
you,
I'm
which in this
no
situation...
one's next to me, right? Because Claude's dead.
You are same initiative as a bunch of people. You're all going together.
Same as me. I'm going for the dagger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pigeon, you're hopping off the horse. No, you're already off the horse. You're running for the dagger. Luther, what are you doing?
I draw my sword.
That as my action, by the way.
I look around. Like, am I...
Mm-hmm.
Who am I immediately under threat? From which side? Like,
there are two people. Two people on your right. You were like facing Claude. He backed off. Then the wagon's to your right, and there were two people who were still next to the wagon, and you can see them that they've got their swords. They're coming out of their scabbards as their weight shifts forward.
And how far is Pigeon from me? He's
Maybe,
like a little bit.
He was probably right, just
like
beside
right
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pigeon's right next to you.
I'm struggling to envision the thing because of the aphantasia or whatever, but I don't want to be the sole. I don't want to be the first person at the front getting attacked by everyone. I'd like to form a line with Pigeon. If I'm already at a line, then I'm just gonna attack one of the people next to me, or I'm gonna ready an attack to attack whoever comes next to me.
Right.
But I want to like form a line with Pigeon a little bit.
Well, you can try to form a line with Pigeon, but he's doing his own thing. You don't know where he's going to be. You're
he's
not.
going to Claude.
Well, now that
next to Claude.
Yeah, but you don't know. Like,
yeah.
Initiative happens. You look around. Tactics. It's too late for stranding.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But do I need to? Sorry, is there someone in melee range with me? Like, do I need to withdraw to back up?
They're maybe 10 feet from you. You could run without provoking any attacks of opportunity at this point if you choose to run.
No, I think I just back up my half my movement. I'm ready to attack.
Okay. So you back up, pulling out your sword, getting ready to strike at anyone as they come towards you. Pigeon runs for the body to pull out the dagger. The three enemies who are all going on 5 initiative set upon you. One coming after you, Luther. One going after Pigeon. And the third one, starts to follow Luther, but then sees he's backing up, and Pigeon's like about to lean over and steps next to Pigeon. So we're going to get one person coming after Luther, and the two of you are going to exchange blows. Let's roll them now.
Yep.
I'm going to attack after they all attack me.
Yeah,
10.
We'll get there. 10 is a hit. His 4 is a miss. No one's wearing any armor here. Oh my God. He lives, but he is wounded.
Bloodied.
The blow, cuts him right across the chest, rips open his clothes. The flesh shows. There's a little bit of like cartilage coming through from the rib cage. Pigeon gets over to the body. He goes to pick up the dagger. As he does so, like, the two guys who are coming after you are attacking you. They will make... One of them rolls a 2. The other rolls a natural 20. With some modifiers, I'm pretty sure is a crit. Your AC isn't like 20 or 15
16.
or something. Yeah. Even with their slight modifiers, it's going to be a crit. You're going to take 8 points of damage and make me a saving throw versus death.
You're beefy though. You're all right.
Yeah,
you're
I'm all right.
HP for days.
Versus death magic, right?
That's the one.
Not terrible.
I don't know.
That's a fail, though.
Oh no, here's where he'll lose a finger.
Your lockpicking days are soon to be behind you, son. It's a D6 for severity. Let's just roll that first. It's a 5. That actually means something. 1D10 for location is an 8. I think that's a leg. This is a thrusting weapon versus a humanoid. 8 is your left arm. 5 hand struck. Shield damaged or weapon dropped, minor bleeding. Are you right-handed or left-handed, Pigeon?
I'm multi-handed.
Ambidextrous.
I'm pretty sure. Well, my character says right-handed, I guess. So.
Ah, perfect.
I don't
so
remember. I
your
think I am
left arm is
ambidextrous, so.
struck. You don't drop your dagger because you don't have anything there. But you're gonna be at penalties for dual wielding or doing anything with your left hand for a while now. We won't have to worry about it unless you just bust something out in your left hand.
I'm dual wielding. Like I'm gonna put the magic dagger in my right hand, obviously, and then the other dagger is gonna be in my left hand, and then we're dual wielding. 2-weapon fighting style.
Nice.
Cool. So you are going to take a penalty on 2 to all attacks in your left hand.
Sweet. I'll just make that in.
Yeah, and that penalty doesn't go away until you've had 2d6 HP healed, essentially.
Cool. You ready for my attacks?
Yes, I'm ready for your attack. That was their, what do you call it? Their attack of opportunity. They still have their regular attacks as well, but why don't you make yours in between?
Sweet. 20 plus whatever.
You rip out the dagger, turn around, thrust it into this guy's chest.
For 3 plus whatever.
Ooh, not quite enough.
And here's
He's
the second
wounded
one.
though.
-2. 10.
Don't you have penalties for dual wielding?
Nope, because I have 2-weapon fighting style and very high dex. But that's going to be
Excellent.
-2 because of the whatever.
So it just becomes a 10. A 10 is still a hit. These people have no armor.
3.
And that guy goes down immediately. So you stab one in the chest, you hit the other in the ribs. The guy in the ribs collapses to the ground. He still gets his attack off because everyone goes at the same time. So as he's dying, essentially, as your dagger is going into his ribs, he's lashing out with his short sword with a 5. And the other person who you stabbed in the chest rolls a 15. Did you have 16 AC?
16 AC. 3 from armor, 3 from dex.
Oh, you don't dodge the blow, but he shoves his short sword into your armor, and it just it could pierce the armor if the angle is right, but the angle's just wrong, so it gets caught and rips a tear in the side of your armor, going across your body, but not actually hurting you. Leaving us with the last 2 brigands, who are a little bit further away and come running towards the party. 1, 2, 3 is Luther. 4, 5, 6 is Pigeon. Actually, that's not true. These 2, I rolled in for attacks. That's because they're stupid. Did I say 1, 2, 3 is Luther?
Yep.
Oh, Luther. They both come for you.
Of course.
Classic, Nick.
They take a half move, running, hurrying in your direction.
Do they pass my
weapons
pigeon?
out. Not within attack of opportunity range. Yeah. And they will make thrusting attacks. One with a 9, one with a 10.
No, and no.
What's your AC?
14.
I thought you said you weren't wearing armor.
No, I am. Leather armor.
He said he
I've
was
got
you
wearing
are.
armor.
Oh,
fighting
okay.
style as well.
Perfect. Well, then, not even a problem. They bring their attacks against you. You knock one to the side. The other doesn't even get close enough for you to have to react to it. We are down 1 dead enemy. 2 of them are severely wounded. I'm just going to put a little red dot on them. And 2 of them are completely uninjured. 3 of them are on Luther. 1 of them is on Pigeon.
We go again.
Initiative.
We need to bring a cleric in the Steel Team 6, Nick.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Any kind of spellcaster would be amazing.
Any healer.
One day
All right.
in the future, when I get to go on a mission with a wizard or something, it'll be epic.
This is one of the people against Luther. He just got here to the fight. He just threw a thrust in your direction that you knocked to the side, and he is going to follow up with a feint to the low ground, sort of like kicking at the dirt, trying to kick it up in your direction, followed by a thrust at hip height towards your belly with a natural 20.
Oh, God.
It's not good, Nick.
That's not good.
2d6 damage. That's up to 12 points of damage to your 11 HP character. You could be going down right now, Luther.
It could be.
It's close. It's a 3 and a 6. It's 9 points of damage as his sword finds its home right around your hip, cutting through flesh, hitting bone. You can feel it vibrating in your hips as that blade thuds against
Ouch.
you.
Really?
Do you want to surrender? If you give up right now, they'll let you live. You
I
haven't
don't
killed
think they will.
anyone.
I don't think they'll let me live.
What's
I
your
take
turn
my
then?
attack. The guy who I almost killed last time,
Mm-hmm.
is he looking like he's going to keep fighting after that hit on me?
He has not had a turn to surrender yet.
Okay, I attack him.
That's a
18.
hit, and he goes down
6.
immediately. He's stumbling backwards from you, trying to get a little bit of space so that he can lunge forward probably. And you catch him with the point of your sword, rip it up his throat, and he falls to the ground in a pile. Pigeon?
Okay.
I attack the bloodied guy next to me with my offhand.
Yes.
13
Nice.
That's a hit,
for 3.
and he
Yeah.
goes down.
And I throw my magic dagger.
Oh my
sick.
god.
Before I do, I just want to make sure. I'm not firing into melee, am I?
This is absolutely 100% firing into melee. You've
Then
got
I'm not going to throw my magic dagger. I'm going to run up behind one of them, flanking, and I'm going to attack them with my magic dagger.
Yeah, not a problem. They're a half move away from you.
17 plus whatever.
You come up from behind, you stab him in the
For
back,
3 plus whatever.
and this person is also badly wounded.
Does Pigeon not take attacks of opportunity from the people fighting him?
They're dead.
No, they were all downed.
Oh, they're all dead. Oh,
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's
And I
just
want to say, should be starting to get this dagger figured out.
Yeah, getting a feel for it.
Get a feel
yeah.
for it
Well,
now.
I'm telling you, when you miss, you know that their AC is 10. You can figure it out.
It's hard.
There's one other person who's going in this same round at the same moment. And this is one of the people against Luther.
Wait,
but
there's
this
only
person,
one. This is the last attack on me this round, right?
well, it would be, except for this person just like drops his sword and puts his hands in the air. Yeah. And very quickly, moments later, the other surviving guy drops his sword and puts his hands in the air.
I spit blood on the floor and like hold my stomach where I've like. Oh, you said it was on my hip. Hold
Yeah.
my hip, my sleeve going bloody as I point my sword at these guys and says, "I want to help you fuckers, and you try and kill us on your fucking knees."
There's a moment of hesitation, but they both immediately drop to their knees.
I walk back to Pigeon's watching them. I turn around and walk back to my horse and kind of like get some
Where are you from?
robes or whatever to like bandage the wound on my hip.
Little village outside Fortune.
Do we do slavery in this area?
Yeah, so the rules have historically been if someone is in an army and that army is defeated, you can enslave their soldiers, and
So what about
that's the route to
bandits?
slavery.
Can't really.
Ooh, bandits. I think that's probably technically allowed within the laws, but generally people who are bandits are considered they wouldn't make reliable slaves, and they're just cut down typically.
We'd be within our rights to kill these guys, right? No one
think-
would.
well-
No one would question that.
Well, first off, no one would know, and that's the
Yeah,
bigger of the details. What the specifics of neither of you are legal scholars. Generally speaking, you can't kill a person and they've surrendered. So legally, it would be bad.
Morally dubious.
Yeah. If you were a knight, you could do whatever you wanted and people would just trust you on anything. In a situation like this, you're not supposed to kill them. They're defenseless people.
I tend to my wound and stay looking at my horse. I'm listening to Pigeon. I'm assuming that Pigeon's going to want to kill them.
All right, Pigeon, it's on you.
I'm thinking
Luther
about
said,
it.
watch that,
What do
and
you
then
wanna-
walked
What do
away.
you want to do with them?
I call out.
I'm
I kick their
like,
swords away and I tie them up.
I'm very close to death.
Tie
Like
them
I've
up
got
with what
27
rope?
HP and I'm on
I have
2
rope.
HP. So
I have 50 feet of rope, and I assume they also had rope, but I can use some
Oh.
of mine.
No, yeah, it's your rope that you'll be using. You whip
I
it
come
out of your
over
bag and
go up to that
Nick,
wagon
don't
and
you have
lift the.
perfectly cut pieces of rope? Didn't we tie
Yes.
someone up? Yeah.
Yep, I've got rope. Okay, I come back from my horse with my rope and I hand it to Pigeon as I go up to that wagon and lift the top off it.
I tie them up.
you
with my
tie
rope,
their
basically.
hands behind their backs because he's just got like little strands of rope, right?
He's got like enough Yeah, strands of rope. Yep, exactly.
All right. Okay. So it's, a couple of feet, and you use it to just tie the hands behind the
Yeah,
back.
because
But I use a rope because I know fucking knots.
Yes,
so I
you
tie
do.
it in a way that it's like immobilizing and it hurts them a little bit
Yeah.
move.
Not a problem. You can easily tie up their hands. If you want to do it so it hurts, they'll be
if they move,
slowly
yeah.
cutting off blood circulation, and the binds will need to be released after a while. Otherwise, like, their hands will just die. But for the time being, it's fine. You know, you can cut circulation off for a bit.
I'll do that
I
for
lift
now.
the top off the wagon.
Lifting the tarp off the wagon, you see what appears to be a bunch of fired and what do you call it?
Pottery?
Glazed pottery of different kinds. There's some like sets of teacups. You're gonna have to like lift a couple of boxes and open some lids. But if you're opening the tarp, you might as well do that. But
Yeah.
some of these areas just have some planting potters. Some of these have teacups and teapots. There's a whole section of plates that are stacked over here in between layers of hay. It appears.
This is like a legitimate merchant's.
Yeah, how closely
Wagon.
do you inspect the stuff? I just listed the first
No,
three
not
things
that,
you
not
find.
that closely. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
fine.
What are your names?
I turn back to the three guys to watch the interrogation.
I'm Bub. The other guy says, I'm Tim.
2 guys,
Who's-
right? Not 3.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
only
it's
two.
2 survivors. Yeah,
Whose
I
wagon
stopped
is
scrolling.
this?
Ours.
So
You guys merchants? Why do you got a bunch of plates and planters?
He points to the guy named Claude that you'd killed, who had 3 hit dice. He's the potter. He's the merchant, or just the hired help. Friends.
just decided
from
out of the blue to try and become bandits?
the hard life these days. You know how many times we've been robbed on the road? And you follow orders. Claude says, "Get him," you get him. We're just the hired help. We stopped fighting you as soon as it was clear.
I'll go
I
and
take
check
I take.
Claude.
Okay, as he goes to check Claude, I crouch down next to him and I say, "We could put him in the wagon. We could take it to the town, but it might draw a bit too much attention. On the other hand, it might garner us some goodwill."
Yeah, but they probably know people here. They'll just lie and say that we stole it from them. We killed them. Fucking liars, man. They're bandits. They'll do anything.
I rifle through Claude's
wait.
shit.
I know what we should do. I know what we should do. We should tie him to a tree and leave him out here overnight.
Whoa, hey, buddy, that's unnecessary. Just take us to town. It'll be fine. It's all Claude's fault, right? He started it, and you got his body right there.
Where's the money? We need money to pay for a doctor for what you guys did for my friend. Tell us where your money is and we'll let you go.
There's a lockbox in the wagon. Claude should have the keys. And
right.
you're looking through his body. You'll find a small coin purse with 10 silver coins on it. And you'll find a set of keys.
okay.
You'll find
You take it.
the short sword that he dropped. He's got some decent traveling clothes, but they're very practical.
I find the lockbox as Pigeon loots Claude's body.
Yeah, you sort through this box, move them around. It takes a little while. It's not sitting on the top of anything, but you can find a little lockbox. It's only about 8 inches wide and 6 inches deep and 6 inches tall with a little latch that closes over it.
Yeah. Well, I put my hand out for the keys. It's a Pigeon.
I'll hand you the keys.
I open
Yeah.
the lockbox.
Yep, not a problem. The trap goes off.
Good one.
That was a good one.
The
Spike
box
goes through
opens
your
up.
hand.
There's
Okay,
a
great.
pile of silver and copper before you.
I'm gauging. This looks like a paltry amount to me.
That's 400 silver.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That makes
All right, I close the box. I
Yeah.
add it to like one of the sacks on my horse.
Well, we're gonna be taking this.
I say to the ox
Obviously.
in the wagon.
Oh yeah.
You know
Can
how to
leave with
drive a
your
wagon?
lives? Do you?
Of course. I'm the driver.
All right.
Fuck it. All's fair in love and war.
We'll
Let him
bring you
ride.
and your friends back. We can bandage them up.
What's it going to be like when we get into town?
Depends. You know any good stories? I say as I like stand him up.
I know the story of
Careful now.
Claude the Dickish. They say
That
his
sounds more
cock
like
was
it.
so small that he spent his whole life trying to intimidate people into otherwise.
Well, lucky for you guys, I'm feeling a bit lonely on the road, and I was really hoping to have a nice drink with you fine folk when we got to Thatcher's tonight. So if you can remain pleasant on the way, you know, maybe we don't have to tell the guards what happened.
I'll begin bandaging up his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever doesn't look dead.
Oh, by this point, it's been
No, anyone who's down is dead. Fuck it.
it's
we
been
take
10
these
minutes.
two-
You
we
get to
take
the
these two
bodies,
guys.
and you're
They're
like,
dead,
well,
dead.
he might have lived if we had immediately tried to save his life,
Yeah.
but it's too
That's
late.
asking too much.
Yeah.
All right.
They're gonna
Do
need.
you want him to?
You're
lay
gonna
out
need
here,
to
or you wanna
untie
load
our.
him up?
Wait, well, only one of them's the driver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I sit on the wagon behind the driver with my dagger out, sort of vaguely pointing at his back.
You can. Okay. Yeah.
The other guy can stay tied up and walk alongside.
Yeah, okay. I gather their weapons, these sell, I put them on the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
We go through their pockets, 30 minutes of this. They can
Actually,
accomplish
I've got
what
it.
we want.
I've got to ride my horse, so we let the guy drive the wagon.
We'll
Tie
put the
one
other
can
guy in the
sit-
back, yeah.
That's how it can sit on the back. He's not going anywhere on a fucking ox, is he?
And you're on horses, so like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
How many weapons can we put in the back? Are they short swords? Are they...
6 short swords. Well,
Yeah.
4 short swords, 2 hammers. I think I described
throw
them all
that
as
in
short
with
swords
the,
in combat, but
We throw that in with the goods.
Yeah, I'm putting that into my character sheet to sell.
Nick, did you add 400 silver
Yes.
and 75
10.
copper to your character sheet?
Oh, I would throw the copper away, but it's mixed in with the silver, so I'll take it because I'm just taking the box.
Right. It'd just be a bitch to sort through right now.
Yeah. Okay.
You can sort through it at your hotel. At your
Yeah.
inn.
Okay.
We leave
okay,
the
so-
bodies and we go.
The guy
What do you guys
that
do for work?
No. Should we bury the bodies? I say to Angelica.
No.
No.
Takes too much time.
it's
Just
too
leave him.
late. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, we need to go.
Okay. I take my dagger, and is there a tree nearby, Neil?
There's a tree maybe, a half mile down the road.
No. Okay. Fuck it then. I was gonna write like "Here lie bandits" or something, but fuck it.
Yeah. The driver, the one named Tim, looks to one of the dead guys and goes, "That one's my cousin. Could we at least take him into town and bury him there? The other
Load him
one's
in the
gonna
back.
rot."
Wait. Well, how are you gonna explain it?
We got a long ride to town, don't we? I'm sure we'll figure it out. But he doesn't deserve to be left out here. He was a good man.
Didn't seem like a good man when he was trying to kill me.
It was good to me.
Load him up.
They will
I
load him
shrug.
up. Okay. And the cart plods forward down the road.
Wait. Well, last thing. Does Claude have any like items of clothing that I might like to steal, like something small, like a bracelet or an earring or
No jewelry.
scarf?
He's got like a nice
or-
traveling cloak
a
that's
nice
not too
belt.
tattered.
Is it nicer than my cloak?
Didn't you
I'd like
just
to-
buy clothes in the last town in Fortune?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all of your stuff is nicer and fresher than his.
Oh, okay. Leave him then.
Sorry.
I would like to take a little keepsake.
Yeah. Well, you could take his belt, even if it's not nicer than yours, and just put it in your pack of trophies.
I take the buckle from the belt.
Nice.
Claude's belt buckle.
I'm in my head. I'm imagining like you take the belt off Claude, ride your horse, and as you're riding, you pull out a knife and like carve the leather
Yeah.
off and just toss the leather
Yeah,
to the side.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Excellent.
as I'm riding, I'm gonna like shine the buckle up as well. Like I'll get a little cloth and I'll be like shining it up, make it look nice.
Nice.
Cool.
The party heads on towards the village.
We're going to have to send a note back, Nick, to tell them to go fucking home because we need to rest here for like a week or two. And that'll give us time to do some actual scouting and figuring out.
We can send a message tomorrow once we settled in.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Let's send them home and we'll get someone else to guide us.
Well, we can say Should we offer them, like, if you guys want to stay for a couple of weeks, we don't mind and we'll meet you back there. Otherwise, if you want to leave, you can leave.
Yeah, but we would probably need to offer to pay him.
It'll take days for the messenger to get there and then days for it to come back. You might not be in the right spot. Like, long distance communication is kind of a bitch at this point in time, especially if you don't know where you're going to be.
If we're staying 2 weeks, though, we could send a message and they could send one back. That would be possible.
Definitely.
I say we just let them go. Let them go live their lives.
Oh, okay. It's dangerous out here on these roads. Remember, we had to camp outside at night on the way here.
Yeah. Offer him 100 gold to stick around. 50 gold.
Okay. Yeah, we can say that. We'll say if we still find you, if you're still in the tavern when we get there, we'll pay you 50 gold. Otherwise,
you can send a message back to here, and we will receive it because we're going to be here for 2 weeks, etc.
Yeah.
Let them know. Cool.
Okay.
We send a message like that, Koibu, the next day.
Yeah, but we head to Thatcher's first.
Well, you're getting on towards the village. It's getting dark. The sun was setting before the battle, or it was getting low before the battle. By now, it's actually properly setting. The night vision and day vision are working against each other, making everything kind of a weird, blurry, out of focus, grayscale.
Light a torch.
The village ain't far from you. Yeah, you can light a lantern, not a problem. The village is coming up close on the horizon. The horses are a little bit tired from walking all day. The oxen will plow for a million years. The driver doesn't screw you over at all.
We'll have to cut the rope from the one guy in the back, so they don't find a tied up guy in the back of the wagon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So once we get close to the town, I go back and cut his rope.
There's another one of these ditches that runs around the village. This one also seems to be connected to a creek or a stream of some kind because it does have flowing water. It's also this one's a little bit bigger. It might be 15 feet at the top, edge to edge, and then it's 5 feet down into the water, and then who knows how deep the water is at this point. It could just be inches or it could be a couple feet. This, instead of having those little crappy bridges that last village had that you could put down and pull up really quickly and easily with one person, has a proper set of mounted pylons that run into the ground with a bridge that properly draws down and draws up. There might be other bridges in and out, but this is the one on the trail facing you, and by the time you get here, the bridge is already drawn up. But there's people on the other side watching, and you've got the lanterns that mark your appearance, so you can have a conversation.
As we're going towards that, it's when I cut the ropes from the guy. I say to him, what's with all of the moats around all the towns here?
A little bit of safety, not a lot of wood, hard to build a wall, easy to dig a hole, I suppose.
It's not about the ones that won't stay down.
Well, we all need walls for one reason or another, right?
I guess so. I get back on my horse.
Recuperation lords coming in from out of town, things that go bump in the night, demons coming across the area.
How do you guys feel about the new Recuperation lord here?
I'm not from this town, so I don't know about this lady. The new guy in Fortune, though, Count Marshall, pretty stand-up guy.
Nice.
Pretty good. Keeps everything nice and safe. Haven't had any problems. Life's slowly coming back to the grasslands. Ain't too bad.
And here's you turning over a new leaf. Just in time. I will ride up ahead of the caravan after that remark and call out to the men on the other side of the moat. Hail!
Hail!
Tell me we're not too late to get inside the town.
If you're still breathing, you're allowed in. Come on in,
Thank
buddy.
the gods. Thank you.
They'll lower the ropes. The bridge will drop down. You can bring the whole wagon and everything across it. The wagon makes the bridge creak pretty heavily, but it crosses without any issue. And once you're on the other side, they'll pull the bridge up, and then they'll put out a hand and be like, silver ahead.
There's how many of us? There's 5 of us.
5 humans.
For the horses and the oxen.
And
I hand the
2
guy a gold
horses and
piece.
oxen.
I hand the guy a gold piece.
Thank you. And he pockets it. Welcome.
I say, as I hand it to him, I hold his hand. I hand it with my right hand, and I hold his left hand, and I say, I saw some real disturbing things out there on the road. Upturned earth. that what I think it is?
Could be.
Well, thank God we've got you guards here, eh? And I pat him on the shoulder, and I let go of the coin.
Yeah. Well, welcome. Welcome to safety.
Thanks very much. know.
Inn's down that way if you're looking for it. Two-story building. Yeah, the Thatchers own it.
Great. I've had good things. I'll be heading there. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
I head in.
As you get into the inn, there's a place to store your horses and your wagon.
What about our oxen?
The oxen get stored in the same wagon area. There's like a little attached barn, or detached barn, I should say. There'll be some extra fees incurred for storing your livestock, but we'll rope that into your monthly expenses and everything.
We're going to want to sell the wagon and the oxen and probably the goods in it as well. The goods maybe is more difficult, but
we want to keep the wagon and the ox for now, I think.
You think?
Yeah. When we get all the treasure, where are we going to put it? We're going to need to put it in this wagon and take it out.
How are we going to get across the bridge with all that? Did they check the wagon?
No.
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe we could even rope this ox driver in. He did a good job. He kept his mouth shut.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey.
It's a little bit awkward as we get to the tavern, so I look at the two guys and I say, so I assume you guys are paying for your own rooms.
You didn't take our money, so yeah.
All right, good. Well, I'll see you downstairs for a drink in about an hour.
Do you have family back at home?
One of them nods, the other shakes his head.
Got a wife and kids?
No. I got siblings.
You want to make some fucking money?
Well, I like fucking and I like money. I think I love fucking money.
How about you work for us for the week? Maybe the next 2. You know what? We'll pay you for the whole month. What's your rate?
They know this instantly, but I have to look it up. Normally 8 gold a month, but a special discount for people who saved my life is 4 gold a month.
I'll hand him. Ooh, it's rough because that is a good number. I have 188 gold.
Just give him the 8 gold.
I give him the 8 gold.
Well, there's 2 of them, so 4 each. Done.
Yeah, 4 each.
Four
Yep.
each, yeah.
I give him the 8 gold in total, 4 gold each.
All right. You're working for us this month, and we might even pay you for next month. We'll just do this one, 4 gold for this month one time.
Let's talk about what that work is over drinks, yeah?
I head into the inn, and I'm just going to speak to the innkeeper. Well, I just leave this conversation. I'll leave Pigeon to do that.
Yeah. You step on in. There is there's a large common room, and then there's sort of like, there's a bar and a kitchen table, dining tables and a nice fireplace and everything. And then there's like a separate bar that's more of like a concierge desk if this were like a civilized place. And behind that desk is a staircase that would head up to the second story. And so it looks like you've got your separate inn and tavern, sort of like how you have a Pizza Hut and a Burger King that share the same building. This is like your...
Nice. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I go up to the innkeeper. I'm like covered in blood. Like my clothes are soaked through. I'm basically almost dead.
Yeah.
We need a doctor.
Say to the innkeeper, innkeeper, I need 2 rooms, lodgings for a horse, a cart, and an oxen. And if you could point me to a doctor, that would be ideal.
The innkeeper, a middle-aged man, looks you up and down and goes, "Looks like you've had some trouble on the road, friend."
At least the living
Bandits?
kind. Yeah, bandits. But I was already wounded, so they only got 1 good hit on me, but it was a
Sounds
good
like
one.
you've had a lot of trouble on the road then.
I've come a long way.
Well, you're safe here. Ain't no place safer for 100 miles, maybe.
Is that true? What's so safe about it?
Good, strong moat. Proper civil protections. I mean, it ain't fortune, but it's quiet enough out
Sure.
here that we don't get too much in the way of danger, and civilized enough that we can take care of ourselves.
Well, that's great. Tell me, there's a doctor in town.
Aye, there's a doctor in town. I'll
Could
send
you,
I'll send a boy to go fetch him.
Thank you. Thanks.
Are we
Alright,
telling
well-
the guys?
I just want you to sit on your ass for this month and just hang out here while my friend recuperates, and then we're probably just gonna need you to drive the ox cart for us with our goods.
Our plans were to sell off all the pottery in Plainsview. We're just passing
We're gonna
through
sell
here.
the pottery, yeah.
Yeah, we were taking it to Plainsview. This is just a waypoint on the road.
Yeah, but you're working for us for this month, and you're gonna sell it. You can sell it here. I'm sure. For a month. Probably hawk it at the local market here.
I don't know how to sell pottery. We got to contact a person that would typically buy stuff from Fortune. We're traveling merchants. I don't know how to sell. I don't know how to open a market stall. There's probably a tax for that. There's probably a tax for fucking everything out here.
I shrug.
Just go to the local potter, sell it all for whatever they want, and just forget about it. And just stay here and hang out with us. We're paying you.
They kind of look at each other and shrug. All right. In the AM, we'll sell it for pennies, coppers on the silver to whoever.
I'll pull out 10 gold and split it amongst them.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
I'm-
That's better.
Now go sell it and give us the fucking profit.
They'll do it in the morning because it's nighttime.
All right, yeah.
All right. Our party gathers together in the inn. A young
I take
man's
some
been
time
dispatched.
to
Okay.
clean my wound and stuff like that and get changed. Yeah, and then head back downstairs.
Someone's been dispatched to get you the doctor. Your wound will be semi-clean by the time they arrive. The two of you go downstairs. The girl is tired from the day and the combat and a little bit nervous, so she just crashes out pretty fast. The two
gonna
brigands are, unless you call them specifically to your table, they're gonna
I
be
call 'em.
drinking.
Yeah, no, that's sitting
Okay.
on our table.
They're us
Yeah.
now. They might be new members of SEAL Team 6, depending on how the other ones shape up.
Essentially, depending
they're-
on how things roll out.
Yeah.
They're drinking to Tim's cousin Jim. He's a good man, and they're gonna get
Jim?
real drunk.
was it Jim that got the hit on me? And then Pigeon killed him by stabbing him in the back.
Yeah, Jim was the person who you almost killed. Who I think he had 8 HP and you did 7 damage in a blow or something like that. The first person that you attacked, the one who immediately followed you, and then you killed him on the second round of combat.
I raise a glass when we're doing toasts to Jim, and I say, Jim, he could take a hit.
To Jim.
Yeah.
He took that fucking first one like a champ. I'm telling you, that would have killed anyone else. Jim had real spirit.
Well, Jim knew in this life, it's short, and you got to take the options available to you. I think if he found out that I was drinking with the man who killed him, I don't know. I don't
Jim
think he'd be too
understood you.
upset about it.
He's a pragmatic guy. I think he was a pragmatic guy. He would have understood. Should have seen the look on his face though, when that first blow. He was surprised. We were both surprised that he was still alive.
Yeah.
Is it raining outside?
We shared a real moment there.
It is overcast, but not raining yet. It might drizzle at any minute. But for the time
If
being,
Jim
it's dry.
doesn't approve of us drinking together, then it'd be raining.
It'd be raining. It'd be raining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't we
I'm
take?
imagining a scene. Wait. Imagining a scene. Okay. It's raining outside. Did you say it was raining outside?
It's not.
Not
It
yet.
wasn't.
It's
not.
overcast.
It's a dark night. Okay. It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
The door opens with a clash. The wind blows in. Some curtains ruffle. And in walks the doctor, or should I say, the doctoress. Okay. She takes off her headscarf. Black hair. Flowing. It's for me, right? Okay. So she comes over to me. She's like,
For
oh
me
my God,
too.
you must be really wounded. You need to take off your shirt. So Luther takes off his shirt and he leans back. And I'm going to get treated in the tavern. Okay. Sweat because it hurts, right? So he's sweating off his bulging muscles, whilst the Spanish-looking black-haired doctor quietly tries not to swoon.
And with that, why don't we take our first break, and we'll see you on the other side. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We're going to get some rest. Now, during the break, I tried to keep it short, but something came up. Nick, you said something just a moment ago. You said, surely if I'm getting bed rest, I can come down and drink in the evenings.
Yes,
now,
I did say that.
D&D doesn't have a lot of rules. Actually, that's not true. It has a lot of rules that are poorly defined. Complete bed rest would include not going down and drinking. Now, we can just waive that for fun's sake because that might not be fun. But also, I think some of the grittiness of the rules can provide a little bit of entertainment. And I don't want to spend too much time nickel and diming exactly at what rate we heal. So, like, we can discard it. But I think it would be sort of telling if full bed rest is something that Luther just can't fucking do. Like, he's too active in his brain. He's too active in his body. He just gets restless in bed. Like, how do you want to play this out? How do you think when the doctor tends to your wounds, and we're going to talk about the doctor in a little bit, but the end description is that she's like, you need full bed rest. Don't get out of bed for a week.
Nice.
Listen, I think
fit?
when we might need to talk about the doctor, Neil, because I think things might change when she walks through that door. When those curtains ruffle, she took off that headscarf, I think it became impossible to do nothing during that time. But might be encouraged to have a little bit more bed rest than you might expect. I think that I see what you're saying. Like, maybe Luther's not the kind of person to sit in bed all day. I mean, he's certainly not, because, you know, when you grow up poor, you've got to be hustling. You can't just be sitting around all day doing fuck all. That's the luxury of the rich, right? So yeah, I think you're probably right. And if we want to say that it does mean complete bed rest, then okay. I think that, you know, maybe I'll lose a day here or there by drinking in the tavern in the evening. You know, I only get 2 HP that day instead of 3 HP because I went down there, perhaps, or something happened with the doctor, you know, something like that.
Well, the party is in this tavern. It's kind of a quiet night out here in the plains. You know, the celebration is coming up, so everyone's sort of at home saving their money so they can blow it all on the big day. The doctor comes in. You know, she's sort of dressed in a dark shawl with a long dress that, you know, goes down to the ankles, not out of modesty, just it gets kind of cold in the evenings out here. So she's got to, you know, keep everything nice and warm and tucked in tight. But inside, with the roaring fire, the low ceiling, the nice insulating wood, and the, you know, the few bodies that are in here, and the cooking that's happening, it's warm in the tavern, you know. And so she comes in, she takes off the headscarf, and she's young. She's, you know, mid-20s at the maybe. Already. She's a trained doctor. She's got like sharp eyes, these really gentle hands that are, you know, the fingers are, what do you want to call them? Like meticulous, like the dexterity of her hands as she, like, you know, opens your shirt and goes, oh my God, kind of with a disapproving, like, I've seen this 1,000 times before. Why do you boys keep getting in trouble sort of tone in her? Oh my God. She gets up, you know, hasn't even introduced herself yet, heads over to the barkeep, starts talking to him, and comes back with like a small glass filled with a clear alcohol and says, so, is anyone else wounded, or is it just the one?
I put my hand up.
She'll come on over to you, and
I'm so hurt, ma'am.
she takes a look.
I'm fucking dying.
Well, stop your whining. You're not nearly as bad as your sullen friend over there.
How much?
Right. I'm Mr. Slyla. I'm the doctor in this town. You're both going to need some serious rest.
Nice
it's
to
not
meet
going to
you,
be
Lila.
cheap.
Don't worry. We can afford it.
It's a gold a day for each of you.
I nonchalantly go into my bag and pull out.
That covers poultices, covers all the things. Not your room and board.
How many days do you think I need?
She comes on over, says, hold on, lie back. And she starts poking around at your body.
I lie back.
I kick him under the table.
You should be fine. You could probably get away with one. Don't move tomorrow. Take it easy for the next couple days.
All right.
I'll pull out 10 gold. I'll do 10 gold.
Give me 2.
Okay.
2 days.
All right. 10 gold's transferred over to the lady. Paid up
She goes
front.
over, looks at Luther, shakes his head.
Is
her
it
head.
bad? I like pull down. It's. You said it was in my hip, right? So I pull down the seam of my pants to show the wound properly. Obviously, I'm not gonna derobe in the
Right.
in the tavern. Is it bad? I think it hit the bone.
I think you're lucky to be alive, sir. You should not
I've
be
never been
here.
Called lucky before.
Get your boys,
I'm
you
starting to
friends,
change
yours
my
friends,
mind.
right? Get this guy up to bed. And if he tries to get out of bed, you smack him across the face and tell him to sit.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't worry, I only need
How
someone
old is
like you
she?
to tell me once.
She gets up, heads up the stairs with you, hiking the skirts enough that she can walk as she goes up. You said, how hot is she?
Oh, yeah.
I give Pigeon a look over the shoulder to like tell him to stay downstairs. As we
I
go
shake my
upstairs.
head. I'm following.
She's a 14 out of 18 on a scale of
Nice.
3 to 18
I'll
with
take
a
that. I'm
She's
taking
hot,
that.
man.
average of 10.5 and a standard distribution of 3.
She's got to
As
be
we're
the
going
hottest
upstairs,
woman
I'll
in the
whisper,
whole of
The
Plain
whole
County.
village, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I whisper to you.
You gotta marry her, man. You gotta marry her.
I know. I knew as soon as I saw her. You gotta keep an eye on them down there.
All right. Give her this.
She lays you out on the bed and kind of takes a look
That's
at this
right.
hip. Has you change directions so she can get to the right section of your hip.
Yeah.
Takes that glass
How-
of clear liquid.
How are you playing it, Nick? How's Luther playing it? Is he playing it like, ooh, I'm so fucking hurt, like pity me? Or is he playing it like, it's like nothing but a scratch, my lady, you know?
No, he's playing it like I'm clearly very heavily wounded,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm not like a little.
You're
I'm
not
not
being
gonna
a
be
bitch
like.
about it.
I'm not a bitch about it. Yeah, like this isn't the first time I've been in a fight.
Nice.
I'm gonna be fine. I'm like Russell Crowe in Gladiator after he's been fucked up in the arena, but he won. So he's like leaning back. He's like getting his bandages done.
He dies
Yeah,
that moment.
No, but in the earlier bits,
oh.
the bits before he dies.
You mean like Kyle Reese when Sarah Connor's patching him up after their first encounter with the Terminator and they're under the bridge?
Yeah, I think so. I've not seen that movie in a long time, but yeah, basically like that.
So good.
That's what it's like.
That's what he's like.
Yeah.
So as she's going about she's about to clean the wound, right?
Yeah,
She's about
she's
to
got
put
that.
alcohol on it. Yeah. So I
Well-
wince. I keep it together.
She takes a sip of it first, and then sets it down, pulls out her little bag, and looks at you and goes, "This is going to hurt. You have a little something you like to chew on?" Goes
She's
in the
not here
bag and
tonight.
Laughs to herself once, pulls out a wooden spoon, says, "Grip on
Okay.
this," and then
take
she
it.
gets like.
Yeah.
A little brush, like a stiff horsehair brush, and pours the rest of the booze over it, and then like goes into your wound with the horsehair brush and like brushes all the stuff out of it.
Oh my god!
And
what
then like
the fuck?
she's got to get it clean. She's a doctor.
That must hurt so much.
Yeah, it's extremely painful. But then she she brushes all the dirt and everything out, clears it out of other stuff, and says, "Look, you're gonna have to stay here for a while. This needs to be sewn up, but looks like you had a couple hours between taking this and me seeing you. So it's real nasty. We're going to need to leave it open for a day. So you can't move. Tomorrow night, we'll sew it shut once it's aired out a little."
This doctor's gonna kill you, man.
Jesus. I think Luther's smart enough to know that if he's got an open wound, like not to move. So I think at least for this day, until it's sewn up, I will chill.
Yeah.
I say, so you'll be coming back tomorrow.
I'll be here in the morning and in the evening.
What did you say your name was? Lila?
Lila.
Nice to meet you, Lila. I'm Luther. You don't look like you're from around here. I'm not sure that they have girls like you in a place like this.
Oh? Where do they make girls like me?
I shrug. Palace somewhere?
Flattery will get you very far with me, sir. I'm from Plainsview.
Plainsview. That's a real town. Not to say that I've ever been, but I've heard it's nice there. What made you come here?
The demons.
Shit, yeah, well. I'm from Stromheim, so
What brings you here?
business.
Any particular kind? Apparently the kind that gets you stabbed.
Yeah. Well, a bit of this, a bit of that. I get up to things, but bandits. Take
More
a
used to
liking me,
putting
what can I
holes into
say?
people than getting holes put in you, I see.
Well, you wouldn't believe it, but there was 6 of them. Actually, so you say that I'm lucky to be alive.
6
You're
of
right.
them and 4 of you. Doesn't sound like
no,
that
no.
bad.
No. Those 2 guys down there, they were on the other side.
That's true. Yeah.
They were.
She, keeps tending to your wounds and is like, what do you mean they were on the other side? Are you drinking with the man who tried to kill you?
Yeah, but it's a tough world out there, I think neither of them were the ringleader, and we needed someone to drive the cart, so.
So that's just a bunch of bandits hanging out downstairs. Cold-blooded killers in the tavern.
2 of them, yeah. Yeah, although I wouldn't say they're really
The one with the
bandits,
big
I mean-
eyes?
No. That's my nephew. Yeah.
Do you want me to, if you want me to get the sheriff, I can do that after I'm done patching you up.
No, I think it's fine. Boys will be boys and all that. I don't think that heart was really in it. I'm willing to look the other way if you are.
More business for me.
Yeah. Say, you got any of that drink left?
She'll go to the door and call down for, or head downstairs to get another drink, leaving you alone with her little bag of tricks for a while.
I will have a little look in.
Smart.
I'm not like taking it. I will
But just sort of
reach
like a
over
peer
and,
into
yeah,
the
a little peer.
Oh. Yeah, you see all sorts of like interesting metal, metallic equipment in there, some extra brushes, a bunch of vials of something, some cloth that's folded gently over itself. You wouldn't be able to tell what is in the vials or what's in the cloth without actually written around.
I don't want to cross the line. I look in interested. I don't understand what any of it is or the purpose of any of it, other than maybe a surface level understanding. So I'm impressed by it. I find myself falling in love with this Lila. She's clearly intelligent as well as beautiful.
Well, she brings you back a flagon of watered down wine.
All right,
Still something to drink, but won't get you drunk.
that's fine. I pour myself a glass and say, so I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Did my nephew pay you?
He did.
Good. All right. Well, help me get back on my feet, and then.
Oh no, you stay right here.
Oh, I meant in the in a day or 2. Yeah.
She gets up, takes her bag. I'll see you in the morning if you're still alive. In the meantime, she's since sewed your wound. Not all, she didn't leave it gaping open. She closed it most of the way, enough that some of the blood vessels be tightened off and it wouldn't continue to bleed. But a hip injury, but it didn't hit any major blood vessels.
I think the pain really sets in now. The adrenaline's worn off. The kind of renewed adrenaline from meeting the doctor and having her scrub the wound and stuff like that would have clearly kicked in. So I think as she leaves and half an hour later, Luther's probably in a lot of pain. That I can't even imagine how much that must have hurt with the brush. If it went down to your bone, that must have genuinely been horrendous.
Oh shit.
Especially it was covered in alcohol as well.
I got bit by a dog once, and I had to go to the urgent care, and they just used some saline solution to just squirt water down into the wound and rinse it out. And that was super painful. I cannot imagine what getting a brush in there would be like.
So the pain sets in and Luther probably falls asleep,
I would have come up at some point to get my bit of bed rest going.
I assume you've got your own room. I mean, you can stay in mine if you want, but.
Oh yeah, I'm staying in yours. I tell the 2 guys, we got 2 rooms. We're staying.
Oh, okay.
Us staying together, yeah. Okay, cool. I get my bed rest going and we...
Everyone goes to rest.
I lock the door. I put some marbles in front of the door in case anyone snuck in. I make sure that the window, what kind of window is it? Is huge thick glass? Is it a shuttered window?
Shutters, no glass whatsoever.
Okay, I'll tie the window up so it can't be opened unless broken.
Yep.
I'll use my rope use proficiency on that. And then,
Perfect.
yeah, I'm happy with
You're
that.
going to need probably some string or something, some twine to do that properly. Rope is a little too thick. I think
Can I
for
go downstairs and buy some twine from the?
wait, it's dark.
In
You know, it's
guy?
late.
Oh, okay. I figured the in guy might have some butchery twine.
Mm,
laying
oh,
around,
yeah,
so
he
I'll
probably's
ask
got
him.
some butchery twine. Yeah, he'll give you a little strand for free.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, because you mentioned all these safety precautions, it's nice to talk about what an inn at this time period looks like. There is a nice solid door, nice solid floor. There is a single key and a single lock on this door. And you have the key. And you must return the key to the innkeeper before you leave town. It's a huge inconvenience for them if you do not. It's the sort of thing where, like, if you take the key or don't return it or whatever, like, they will not let you back in the inn. They will do their best to spread word about, like, what a terrible client you are, right? It's not that that's going to affect Pigeon in his life in the slightest, because you're never coming back here. But just as a concept, like, they give you a key, it's part of
You gotta
your
return that
fees.
shit.
You got to return the key. It's like
Else
social
they gotta get a
etiquette
new
101.
Fucking door and lock.
Right. Otherwise, they got to redo the locks, and it's a huge pain in the ass. If, like, the person who made the locks is still around, they might be able to just get a new key for it. But if that person's not around, it's like, it's a nightmare.
I actually assume that they would probably have two sets of keys, one for them and one for the person who gets the door, would be my guess.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense. They would definitely keep their own copy of a key to do it. And then,
Which is good to know, actually, because you can go and steal the copy of the key from the guy who owns the fucking tavern to get to the door, but you got to know which door, etc.
yeah. Actually, if you're building a tavern like this, you might have one key that goes to every single door, or more likely you would have a master key that can open all the doors, or a separate individual key for each one, and then you would know, like, what the tooth configuration is that you could give it to any old smith to make you another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, it's important that you return the key. It's a huge pain in the ass. You must give it back.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like, it's worse than leaving your shopping cart in the shopping center.
No, because that doesn't really matter.
I mean, it's fucking annoying.
It's
but-
annoying. It's shitty. But
Yeah.
this is like, this stops the inn for a day. You know, it really pisses him off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Just a quick thought. Now that we're staying for longer, are we going to miss Calpurnia's wedding? That was a thing, wasn't it? Like, we were thinking we'd get back in time.
Yeah, we'd talked about
But that was before the hostage situation, so I guess it's
yeah.
less priority now. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of a big who cares, you know. Well, on one hand, they fucked up our shit and took some stuff, but now everybody's held hostage. It's just like you know,
Yeah.
like the stakes have gotten pretty high.
The thing
She has
is,
sort of
is
fallen
that
away
Calpur-
on the
Yeah.
priority
Calpurnia
list.
to realize, and I hope that people realize in the Redcoat territory, is that they attacked us in the middle of the fucking tavern for no reason. We kicked their ass.
Yeah, we can
And
also
then they
go and get
robbed
her
us while we
eventually.
weren't there.
She's
Yeah,
moving
but-
out of the town, which is even probably better for us. So
Yeah, true.
Mhm.
we'll handle
Yeah.
it later.
But you
A
know,
list of people to handle is growing.
Yeah.
when you're a big player in the area, you end up with a lot of things happening all at once, and you kind of have to prioritize. You can't
Yeah.
do everything 100% all the time.
Yep.
Real bummer. Anyway, I think we're going to skip a few days here in town. Is there anything that we
Yeah.
want to do while you rest up?
Well, I think once Pigeon's back on his feet, there'll be stuff for Pigeon to do.
Yeah. We're just gonna have the guys sell the pottery and have them chill around the town for, you know, as long as we need them. I'll send the little girl out to go and start, you know, just listening in the fucking tavern. If someone says, you know, Lady Pike is coming back in 4 days, we might need to we might need to hurry our shit up. But if, you know, I'm gonna have her go down there and be a listener
Yeah.
for
Well,
2 days.
As the party is settling into the town, let me get some town music going on here.
Should Nick take some HP?
Not
Not
quite.
yet.
Not quite. We'll get there. As we're settling into this town, the first thing that we're going to do is the very next day, Lila comes back. She comes back to take a look at the two of you. Reminds both of you not to get up. You're both here for the day. She tends to your wounds, Moon. They're not too terrible. She finishes sewing them up where there's possible, puts a patch across it. It's some sort of like woven grass that smells sort of tart and tangy. and she'll press it onto you and then like wrap a little gauze over it and tell you to, press it to your body where possible, but make sure to let it breathe. And it kind of stings in a weird, like numbing, stinging way, like your foot is waking up where it's asleep, but like not that intense. Then she'll go over to Imric's wound, and it's bad. So she pulls out her little box and slides the top open and like puts little leeches all around your wound, and then like uses a small bit of tweezers to like help draw out all the pus from the thing as she cleans it out. It's a gory, gross sight.
So
I think
it's infected then, is it?
It's a little infected. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
called me Imric, which is literally like 3 characters. So 3 characters ago. But okay. Luther.
Luther, thank you. L's and I's are the same shape when you write them in lowercase, so it's basically the same
True.
name.
Same name.
Luther, thank you. Yeah, but she'll clean up your stuff, and then she'll have another. The reason we're doing this is she has another little chat. She's got you both here. Takes a look at the two of you. Now, boys, do you want to tell me what's going on here? Strangers from out of town, wounded, drinking with their companions, hanging around with a little girl.
She's not a little girl. She's like grown. I'm not sure how old she is, but she's not a girl.
She's like 15, 16.
No, she's older than that.
No, I think
that's what we're
I think
talking
he's
about.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
like a 16-year-old.
yeah.
I'm saying she's older. She's not. She's
Oh, I
old.
see.
She's been through the school of life. This girl.
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
not
yeah.
had an easy run of it.
Totally.
15-year-old little girl. She's like a.
She's not a child. She's
Because-
matured.
but also like the idea that you become an adult at a certain age doesn't really exist in this world, right? Like it's more
That's
of
right.
a question of like who you are. So I feel like I don't think Luther sees Angelica as a girl.
It's fair.
But anyway,
No, but she'll ask like, "What's?
yeah.
You're not. What are you buying and selling?"
Like pottery, plates, and there's a few swords maybe.
Gems.
Just this and that. It's a quiet
Just this and
town.
that.
I've come here to keep it quiet, or because it's quiet.
Oh.
You're not bringing any trouble into my town.
You came here because it's quiet.
Quieter than Plainsview. Quieter than the cries of the demons and the suffering of the masses.
You don't like big cities like Stromheim?
Never been. But if Plainsview's too big for me, I'm sure Stromheim is too.
It's well, it's nothing like this, I can tell you that. I shrug. No trouble. Just traveling on the road. Came into possession of some things to sell, so here we are.
We're victims. We got attacked by the bandits.
Yeah.
But you're just passers through, wayfarers, not anything. You're not here to cause a mess.
No, we're just here to sell our gems that we got.
We're gonna have a hard
You
time
don't-
selling gems in a town this size.
Well,
You're
we
better
didn't
off
mean to
back in
stop here.
Stromheim. Oh, where are you going?
We were on the way to Fortune.
But obviously got waylaid because of Tim and Bub down there. What are you gonna do? No, we're just hanging out, hoping to meet some nice people, rest a little bit, maybe sell some of that crockery and such. But
Yeah, we gotta care for an ox now.
Lila, surely, I mean, you spend your days looking at people who've been kicked in the head by donkeys. Maybe you've cut themselves with their hoe. You're wasted in a town like this, if you could even call it a town.
Place like this needs someone like me.
Does.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Any place could use someone like you. This place doesn't
I
deserve
could
someone
use
like
someone
you.
like you.
Pigeon says sheepishly from the other bed.
Well,
I ignore it.
happy that this is my home. I don't want to see it disturbed. The two of
We're
you.
not bad guys.
Yeah. All I know about this town is that the lady, she's an Eridonian.
Lady Pine.
Shoot. Yeah, that's all that's all I knew about the town.
Were you lying on purpose?
I don't think I'm
Oh, you-
necessarily like.
We both meant
She's not an
Dracissian.
Eridonian. You meant Dracissian.
Oh, I meant Dracissian. Yeah.
I meant it too. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Well, yes. She looks over at Pigeon. What sort of gems do you have to sell? Town like this probably couldn't afford them. I'm probably the wealthiest woman in town, outside of the nobility. What do you got?
Green,
Topaz is green, right?
Yellow.
yellow, green gems, yellow.
I guess
I'll
topaz
pull-
comes in a lot of colors. Huh.
Yeah,
What
I'll
do you-
pull one out for her.
What do you want gems for?
I mean, she's a woman.
Well, as you said, it's a small town. There's not a lot going on over here. It's about the most interesting piece of merchandise to pass through this town in a season.
You
I'll
shouldn't
pull
talk
her
about
out.
me as merchandise.
And I'll show her a golden
Make me a
yellow.
charisma check.
Yes.
Good. Come on, Nick. You
Let's
need this.
go. 33. Boom. Nailed it.
She tries to give you like
it's
like a
hard.
what the hell look, but it's like that was good. Okay.
I'll pull out a golden yellow topaz worth 500 gold pieces at least, and I'll show it to her.
She
I do
looks
a
it up
little-
and down.
Jewelry making, and we traded for these.
Big rock. Well beyond anything I would afford.
Not the only thing that's big. I got more of them.
He says recovering.
I hold my hand out for Pigeon to throw me the gem.
I'll throw you the sack of gems, and I'll
Okay.
keep the one that I have.
I,
You have
I,
3 gems right now.
I pull out the same one that you were looking at. Is Lila still sat on my bed?
She sat on a chair. Yeah, right next to your bed.
Yeah. So I hold the gem up to look at it as if she was wearing it. You know. Suits
Nice. ERPing with Koibu is the best.
you. Yeah. That's what I live for, really.
It really is good.
She looks at the gem, kind of watches as it catches her clothes. She's still. Last night she came in wearing like dark clothing. During the day today, it's a little bit more light colored, but it's still sort of a faded tawny color.
Okay.
And you said you pulled out a golden yellow topaz, so the two kind of match nicely. She looks back and forth and imagines it as if it were a bracelet or something. Well, maybe if you get more injured, we'll talk about a trade.
How much do you got? Like, how much did you want to spend on a gem?
This is the first I'm hearing of gems. I hadn't anticipated any spending on gems. Just interested in knowing what's going around.
Sure. Well, it's here if you want to look at it anyway. And I'm going to be here if you want to look at me. So I'll see you tomorrow, I guess.
Be a really
This
nice wedding
evening.
ring.
It's too big for a ring. Maybe an amulet.
I shrug.
You'd have to wear that over 2 fingers.
She looks at the gem. She looks at the injured people. She looks like she has something she wants to say, but decides not to, and leaves you guys for the day. She'll come back in the
Gotcha.
evening and tend you for a little while. What
Okay.
things did we want done in town?
Yeah, so I think Moon wants to do some stuff. I think I intend
nothing
to
today
stay.
because I intend
bed
to stay
rest.
in the bed for the next 2 days to get my HP back.
Sure.
But I order the girl, if she'd like, to go and just listen in the tavern, give me like the daily news, give me the newspaper by just listening to people and what they say.
Right.
I think it would be good as
and
well if
then-
we could confirm that Lady Pike isn't here.
Agreed. I'll ask her to ask about that, but not in a weird way.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell the guys in the morning, go sell the pottery for whatever you can sell it for, and then sell the swords and the hammers. You can keep one for yourselves.
Okay. Sell the pottery, sell the swords, sell the hammers, keep a set of swords for themselves.
Yeah, keep the ox, keep the wagon.
And then bring you the profits from all those sales.
Yeah. Because I paid him.
Right. I mean, you killed They surrendered to you. Their property is your property at this point. They owe
Yeah, I
you
feel
their
like
lives. Yeah.
That extra 10 gold was just like that was just that was a mercy payment,
It was generous, yeah.
basically. Yeah. But I guess we're paying them for their labor of selling.
Well,
And I
you
guess they
tell
can
them
use
to
that
sell the
10
stuff.
gold to drink in the tavern as well while
Yeah.
we're here.
You tell them to sell the stuff cheap, and cheap it is because they're not very good merchants. They just go to the potter and be like, how much to buy all this stuff, and the potter gives them a story about like, look, I probably can't sell most of these things, but if you just need to get them off your hands, I will give you a not terribly unfair price. And so they come back with 16 silver and 4 copper.
I tell them to keep the copper.
16 silver.
Yeah.
We gave him 10 gold.
It's all right. What about the swords?
The swords.
2 swords, 2 hammers.
Right. So they talk to you. They're like, look, dude, I don't know who in town to sell these to. I don't want to get a reputation as like an arms dealer walking around here. I was thinking maybe
All right,
going to the
keep 'em,
keep
it's
and
fine.
selling them at the keep. I just want to run by you, boss, before I
That's a good idea.
went up
You
to
know
it.
what? You keep him here. We'll sell him when we get up. All right.
All right, boss.
All right.
That is a good idea.
Good idea. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. We can skip it 2 days.
Cool. We can skip a couple days then.
Okay.
Start marking them off on the calendar.
HP, and I think we're. Oh no, is it Flofo where we're doing the XP immediately?
Yes.
Well, this is maybe a
Yeah.
good spot to take some XP as well.
This is a
Yeah.
very good spot to take some XP.
You take 2 days of rest. You gain 6 HP each.
Yep.
I'm at 34. Or sorry, 33.
8.
I have to figure out when we last got experience.
That was a while ago.
I think it was probably
4 or 5.
before we
Sessions?
set off.
Why does anyone know why there's a season 2 for this
Floating-
campaign?
Yeah,
I
we
just-
did.
For Heard the Heroes?
Yeah, we just called it season 2 once we joined Steel Team 6.
Oh, the season 2 break though is not at that point. It's
Oh.
at. Okay, doesn't matter then.
There's a reason. I don't.
There's a
remember.
reason.
thought
Okay,
that-
I was just
thought
curious.
That was what it was, but I don't remember actually.
I think
Alright,
we just
so-
took
Was
a
when we
big
got our
break in real
house?
life.
I don't remember.
Okay. There was a big break in the real world.
Yeah.
That might have been it. Okay, so we need XP from
I mean, this whole adventure, right?
this.
So far?
Yeah, I want to see how far back we go.
Might even be a bit more than that. I don't know.
Last time I remember getting
unfortunately-
XP was when we did our house.
Yeah, that might be when we did XP last.
Holy, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, it's everything since you left. No, wait, it is before you got the house. You went to Meadstead. You came home. You had the altercation with Calpurnia.
No, really? We've not had XP since then? That
Well, it's
can't
only
be right.
been like 5 sessions. It's just
Really?
been a long
Long time
time in the
now,
real
yeah.
world.
You say when we fought Calpurnia was only 5 sessions ago?
Yeah.
No way.
No way.
Episode 19, season 1.
What are we on now?
I think we're on
We're on, like,
episode 4
24?
of season 2.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's only been a few episodes because you fought Calpurnia, and then it was the very next episode is where everyone got captured, and then it's been a couple days on the road, three sessions since then.
Yeah.
Okay.
alright.
Yeah, so that's actually only a couple weeks ago, and also not a lot has happened in that time. Like Calpurnia combat is the only big combat, and there hasn't been much thieving outside of Fortune.
Bring your dagger back. We fought the guys on the road. We just fought these guys today.
Well, we also explored the crypt in the temple.
Or the crypt.
We did the heist on the noble guy to get the dagger back.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, let's do it now. I'm just going to add it up. So ignoring the things that happened when you had the rest of Steel Team 6 with you, just doing the Fortune leg. You had the combat with the guys at the
And it's in the weird little fort thing.
in the weird little fort thing.
Yeah, then we got to the temple and explored the crypt. Then we got to Fortune and got in a fight with the noble guy. Then
Figured our way out. Had a perfect heist.
Yeah, then
Paid
robbed
off
him.
the girl.
Hold on. You also saw Copper Hill in the distance. You learned about this. You learned about that. You did the crypt overnight. You left the guys in, or you met the knight on the road. And that was chill
Old
and
blind
easy.
guy?
Mm-hmm. Then you left your dudes in the town. Okay, so this is up until this point, it's divided by 5 times. Yeah, just divided by 5. So that's not a lot. Plus the 2 of you guys doing all the fortune stuff, a little bit of combat, and then a heist. That's a pretty good heist.
Changed a girl's life.
Yeah, that's part of the heist. You learned that you had been lied to, or that the dwarf that you were talking to was just a fucking idiot. We're not sure which one yet. That's part of your bigger quest out here. You
I
didn't
honestly
go
think
into
he's
the
just
crypt.
an idiot. Because like, if he was going to lie to trick us, he would have actually come up with something that was a bit more convincing and not so
He's
easily
just a bit of an idiot,
disproven.
too.
My evidence for this is what he said and the fact he's a dwarf.
Okay, so I'm not giving any XP to Angelica, but I am splitting your earlier combat and exploration XP with the other warriors who would risk their lives in that situation. All told, each of you gets 1340.
That's brutal. What about gold for stealing an ox?
No. But we're on the cusp of the big heist, right? We've been building to it. It's been actually just a lot of gentle, low-level fun role-playing, not a high XP section of our campaign. And I still haven't given you XP for the Calpurnia.
I'm at 30,841.
I'm at 27,587.
Yeah, we hit 6 at least.
Yeah, that was
time.
ages ago though. We need 48k to get to 7.
Yeah, it's gonna start slowing down, but think about it, Nick. The big heists where you get the big gold, that's when the fucking XP starts flowing.
Well, yeah, we're never gonna level up through combat.
No, yeah. All right, cool.
Okay, so,
Well, hang on. There was plenty of thief skills employed during this time.
Yeah, we haven't. That's true.
actually, that's true.
Because that is where
You
a
want to
lot
add
of the
like an
XP
even like
comes back.
5k on fucking thief skills?
It's
It's been a lot,
200,
yeah.
200 per used skill. I actually
Yeah,
think the 5.
But I don't
maybe
think you've
3K.
actually used that many skills during this time. There have been a couple of eavesdrops, but like,
We did a few pick locks. We did a few
I-
silent
Silentlies.
leads.
was there any pick locks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get into the man's room in the heist.
There was
I did
one
it in a
pick
minute.
locks, yeah.
There was one pick lock there. We've done a few move silentlies. A hide was in use, I think.
Yeah. I want to give XP in places where
Yeah.
it counts, so we can't. So it's not just every time you move silently, but
Yeah.
if there's like actual
Agreed.
danger. If we say there's 2 thief skills per session, which I think is probably fair,
It's fair.
then it's another
2K.
1200 XP. It's been 3 sessions of
Oh, yeah.
of this
sorry, not
section.
5 sessions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another
Can add
1200.
another
1200, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That brings me up to 32,041.
Okay.
I won't even add 10% onto that because I don't care. I changed my mind. The math's pretty easy, actually.
Yeah.
All right, 32,161.
Okay.
All right. I'm at 33 HP, so now Pigeon's gonna start doing stuff. What does Angelica bring back with for us information-wise?
Information wise, the hot gossip in town is that Lady Pine has stayed here for Day of the Grateful Dead, which is today. Today is the Day of the Grateful Dead. Now that
Good heist day, Nick.
she stayed in town for it. there's a lot of questions as to why. Some people are like, she stayed in town because even though she's from Drekis, she's like a different Drekisian clan, and there's bad blood between the Pines and the Marshals.
Nick,
Different piece of... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I just don't want to forget about it. We got to do the heist today, Nick, because it's a perfect cover story. We're both doing bed rest. We were just in bed the whole time. Okay, that's it.
But if I pull my stitches, it's not going to be a good excuse, right?
I mean, only the doctor would know, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Koibu.
That's all right. Another reason that she might be in town is that she didn't get an invitation to the Big Fortune and Festival. But there's someone else, the other people are saying, no, she definitely did get an invitation. Like, no one's gonna, of course she does. Other rumors are that she is trying to earn the goodwill of the people because she's only been here a little while and she wants to celebrate with, or, be around for celebrations, to be seen more as a lord, more as a lady, and less as a foreign occupier. And that this is just an act of goodwill to give up a more enjoyable thing for herself to be here with her folks, her peoples. Another answer is that the reason she was given this plot of land is that she's actually pretty deeply in debt, and going to Fortune for a party would be like something outside of her books. And so she was playing it off like, I'm not going to the party to stay with the people, but in actuality, she's just too poor to do it. And like, look at those dumbass, broke-ass Drakisians who are so shitty that they're getting kicked out of their own country and coming to go rule us because like they can't even be lords over there.
That is not ideal though for a heist target.
That's just baseless chatter from a random dumb fuck in the tavern. That's just Frank fucking saying crazy shit.
Yeah, 'cause it doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it?
A broke lord is a billion times richer than a fucking average peasant, so we'll be okay.
Okay, yeah.
And if they're broke, they don't have enough money to pay that many guards.
Yeah, that's true. She might have cut back on the old guard contingent.
And tonight's a good night to cut back too. Everybody's gonna be partying. Who's gonna go do a robbery tonight?
Yeah. Well, it's a fun day out there. It's going to be great. Angelica really wants to go out and not hang out with you guys inside all the time.
Yeah, she can go out. I'm going to go in the morning, leave early, and I'm going to go scope out the Mott and Bailey.
Yeah. You can go walk around the town. Let me get up my festival music here. You can go take a little stroll through the village. Unlike the last village, which was kind of tall and tightly cramped together, this is one's quite large. That little moat creek that runs around the village is, many miles in circumference. It does include the Mott and Bailey, but like there's essentially like two rings, one that goes around the Mott and Bailey and one that goes around the rest of the town. So they're kind of like separated and isolated. Each have a drawbridge. This town has the drawbridge that goes to the Mott and Bailey, and then two drawbridges that leave the town, one on either side, plus little bridges that any individual can modify or use. The Mott and Bailey looks like it's been extensively repaired. It must have taken some serious damage or was in really bad shape. Sometime in the last 5 years, someone has like completely rebuilt that thing. And it looks nice and sharp, nice and new, nice and fresh on the walls all over the place. The one of them is a little bit higher and has a small tower that rises up on it, which would give you an excellent view all the way around the plain. There's not a lot of trees in town. There's not a lot of trees near the fort. In fact, there's no trees, just a flattened dirt hillside with some grasses. But the grasses look like they are actively, or at least passively, occasionally trimmed. Maybe they like herd sheep on them or something, but the grass is nice and short near the Bailey. At this point, it's maybe shin high, not high enough to really hide in. I don't know. What else? What other information do you want?
As I go around the fort, I want to look for a optimal, obviously, place to begin my incursion. I'm either looking for a place to climb, to use a rope, or I'm looking for a place to sneak in. Maybe there's a section that's like not as well repaired, etc. So I'm looking for a way in.
Yeah. So this is our Mott and Bailey. If we can just hide the player HP, which for some reason is sticking through the Mott and Bailey. There we go. So, this area up here is where all the proper keep stuff is. You've got this nice long rise with a little ditch around it. Furthermore, around this ditch, like out at this point and around, you'd have the secondary ditch. This thing here. Oh God, stop. These two zones. We actually only have one. We don't have two. This zone is a separate thing attached to the keep. It's not the actual village proper. The village proper would be beyond this. And in here you would have
Guest quarters, you know.
Yeah, you've got
workers.
stables, worker areas, guard areas. You might even have some specialized industry that you really want to keep nearby. Like you might have offered the smith, you know, a rent-free shop if he builds his stuff in the inner bailey.
But we want in this.
Right, that's where you would expect the money to be. And to get here, real bitch. This is a nice steep climb, and there's a real easy way just to kind of walk around and see what's going on. It would be pretty easy to spot, you know, someone just in
Even
a
at
tower
night?
looking down. At night, it would get, you know, maybe a little bit tougher, but it also wouldn't be, if it's dark, like if it's cloudy and moonless, you might not see someone until they're all the way up here, maybe.
What's the moon like tonight?
Tonight, it's not, it's a little bit more than a half moon.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, getting to the edge and getting up to the top of this cliff, something in a dark night that you feel like you could probably do. And if you did get caught, they would shout and you would be able to run away, you know, before anything happened too terribly much.
true.
A structure like this is really good at defending against an attack, maybe not against like a single infiltrator. Now, getting up the palisade wall is a bit tough. That's a hard climb to do, and it's a harder climb to do quietly. And in the night, it's real quiet. And so someone, you know, if you've tried to climb this during the daytime, if you made noise, probably no one would care. There's too much going on.
Town's
But
gonna be kicking off tonight, though.
Yeah.
Well, it is the day of the Grateful Dead, so it's mostly a day party.
Oh, so they don't do a night party?
Well, it's not that they don't do a night party, but like people tend to wear themselves out in the day.
I'll fix that. I'll just buy everybody beer, free beer for the night.
Sure.
Could you go under whatever this fucking thing is? That's probably harder to be seen.
Like you could walk
Yeah.
under this bridge,
Yeah.
something like that. In theory, you could do. Of course, you know, as you're getting to the bridge, same thing applies. Like anyone who's looking down
would
might see you.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at night, you know, you're under, you go under, you climb up, you have the bridge to tell you where to go, you have supports to pull you up.
But where would you climb up onto what?
You'd climb up to here and then you'd kind of like sneak out. Oh, sorry. You'd like sneak out to go over to here to like the palisade wall.
Okay.
And then you could hug it and no one would be able to see you. And you'd hopefully go around back and then climb the wall and then you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Is the idea.
Yeah. Yeah, could do.
I laid this out to Luther.
You draw like me a little picture like this.
Yeah, I give you a little rudimentary picture. But I just show you the Mott and Bailey.
You know, it's like this big hill. There's like a nice way up, but we wouldn't be able to use that because we're not allowed in. So what I think we'd do is we'd climb under it, and then we'd go to the top, and we'd follow the wall around, and then we'd throw a rope over it. And it's wood, and it's spiky, so it's nice for us to throw a rope and then climb over.
Yeah. The thing is, though, we wouldn't. What if there's somebody inside? We won't know, right? If
I mean,
there's
they're
somebody
gonna
in
be
the
tired
courtyard.
from partying.
Oh, you mean tonight?
Yeah. And it's the perfect cover because you're supposed to be in bed all night.
I look down at my my stitches.
That
But
puts you at
didn't
8
Angelica
HP,
say that
right?
the lady's still here?
Yeah, we would just do it when she came, you know? She's gonna come tonight, check on you, and then leave, and then we would go too.
No, I mean the Lord.
Oh, she's here, yeah.
There's gonna be guards in there, right? We don't know what we're looking for.
I shrug.
We could
Oh,
go
no.
tonight and take advantage of the festival, or we could wait. I could heal up and we could do some more research. I don't know.
Are there any other holidays coming up, Neil?
Let's see. In a
can't
week.
Wait here
and
forever.
Yeah.
Because
We
our
can't
friends
wait
are
here
back
forever.
there in a fucking, they're going to think that we ditched if we're too long.
We sent a message though, right?
No, not about the guards. I'm talking about the people who are held by the Copper Hill guy. The SEAL Team 6.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
In 2 weeks and change, there is the Day of Tall Corn. It's like a harvest festival. Don't laugh
Day
at my
of Tall
holiday.
Corn.
Yeah, the Day of Tall Corn.
Is this
It's
a big
the-
one?
It's sort of like a Thanksgiving Day thing.
The tall one.
Yeah, it's the general harvest festival. It's more important in agricultural communities than it is in the city. So I think you guys probably laugh at
We
Day
laugh
of
at
Tall
it.
Corn because what the fuck are you doing? But if you're out in this part of the world,
Big
holiday.
this is when the grain has reached its height and needs to be cut down. Fun side note, corn refers to the staple crop of whatever local area that you're in. So at this place,
wheat.
if they talk about corn, they're talking about wheat or barley or rye or something like that. When we say corn, what we actually mean is maize, but corn actually means...
We call it maize.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Fucking weird. But yeah, outside of the United States, it should be called maize. And if you read old books, then they'll talk about corn, but they mean their local
The
corn.
local crop.
Yeah.
I would say, like, how much are we really gaining by doing it during the day of the night of the festival versus
If we
doing
wait
it?
2 weeks, the only thing I worry about is our friends at home and them thinking that we ditched us and him doing something to them. I don't know if it's a huge worry.
Yeah.
We could send a messenger back instead and just be like, it's taking longer than expected and everything.
Thing is, he probably thinks we're dead though. So I mean, I'm not too.
Sure, but he needs to not think we're dead, right? So he doesn't just kill them.
Yeah. So maybe we could send a message. I think that's maybe a good idea. But
You think
I
that's the
also,
better idea? Send a messenger, wait for Tall Corn Day, then do it?
I just think that there's guards in that building. So if we break in there at night, there's a very good chance that we end up in a fight.
I agree, but I think that we're going to be able to assassinate at night.
Yeah. Potentially, yeah.
I think we're going to be assassin demons tonight. And my assassinate with my dagger, the double,
Oh, it's wild, yeah.
it's wild.
Except the dagger, you only get double on a throw, and assassinate is a melee attack.
I meant because I get the magic bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That gets doubled or like tripled by the assassinate, I think.
Whatever
if I
we're
remember
at now,
correctly.
yeah. We're increasing the multiplier for every 4 points of AC cleared. So in theory, it could be, 4 times damage, 2 times, 3 times.
It's up to you, Luther. I'm good either way. But if you want to wait, we got to wait for a messenger. Or we got to send a messenger on.
Fuck it. All right.
We ball?
Yeah.
All right, Koibu, we ball on the Day of the Dead.
The Day of the Grateful Dead, when the spirits are closest and the veil between worlds is thinnest. When people go out to celebrate life and enjoy, appreciate how short things are, you're gonna go and rob someone.
Yeah, I think that we also might want to consider, Koibu's been hinting at it for a long time, it's very fine to take nobility and auction them off for, to send them back. I think that's something that we might want to
There's
consider.
no
here.
way because we'd have to. Well, now I'm thinking maybe we should wait because for that to work, we're gonna have to kill all the guards. I'm dead in one hit, basically.
Yeah, that's true. Do you want to wait? I'm down to wait.
Yeah, I think maybe we should wait. Actually,
I think that there's not going to be many guards, and they're all going to be fucked from being drunk during the day. There's
Yeah,
going
like
to be
the-
like 3 probably, right? Now what we could do is I could go watch and infiltrate, and we can prepare for the next holiday to kind of know what to expect.
I also just think that also if we can find out how many guards there are and who they are, we could,
Yeah.
you know, take action to.
Let's play it safe. Let's send a note back. Hey, we're working on it. You had some bad information, but we're gonna bring you some shit.
Yeah. Why?
Crafted.
I don't know if
craft
we
a
should
note.
say that.
Okay, we'll just say, hey, we're working on it. It's gonna be
Yeah.
an extra 2 to 3
It's gonna
weeks.
be hard. It's harder than you thought.
Yeah, harder than you thought. We're working on it. And then I'll go out tonight. I'll watch it, especially during the holiday, to see what we can expect for the next one
Yeah.
because it's coming up. And then we ball on that one. And in the meantime, we do reconnaissance and try to find a way in.
I'm also like wondering if we find out who some of the guards are,
Mm-hmm.
we could even try and disable them ahead of time. Like maybe steal some poison from the doctor to, like, you know, give some of the guards like illnesses or whatever in the days running up to the festival.
Yeah, but we don't know any poison. We don't have Sparky.
Yeah, we don't have any.
We don't
We don't have any
of it.
left, do we? Or you know, or we could like follow the guards home at night and
A guard
shank
could go
them.
missing, you know?
Yeah.
A guard could die in the night. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
But unless the guards live in the keep, but they probably don't do that. They probably live in the inner bailey, but they probably go drinking in Thatcher's.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, okay. I think take the
Alright.
time because I need that. I
agree.
need the health. And,
It's
and
too
also,
scary, especially if she's a fighter.
Yeah. Should
We
we
need
um,
everything.
Let's do a bit more investigation today and save the heist for tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll do the investigating.
it's going to be like 5 or 6 days before Luther's up. Pigeon's going to do the investigating. Today's the festival. Is there anything that is festival specific that you want to do today?
Specifically, at night, I want to check out the keep, see how many people I see walking around it, see how many like torches I see. I might even go so far as to I'd run it by Luther to see if he's okay with it, but to see how like do an
Yeah,
attempted climb.
I think do it, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna especially tonight do an attempted climb up, and to go around and very carefully inspect it myself for a way in.
Okay. During the daytime, is there anything you want to do? Or should we skip to watching the guards at night and then trying to do a climb up?
During the daytime, I'm gonna wake up early in the morning and I'm gonna go try to find out when the guards change, and then I want to follow one of them home and see where they live.
Okay. So you find a spot where you can just hang out and watch the mott
Yeah.
and see if you can make out guard changes or anything.
Yep.
All right. Now, that place is going to be kind of far from you. There's not like a spot that you can pull up to, like, you know, at the edge of the bailey or something.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need you to make me a perception check at like -4 to make any.
Not
Oh
good.
my God, he rolls a natural 2.
I
You
don't
never see that happen with Pigeon.
Never. But I'm glad we got it out of the way
Yeah.
because this is the least meaningful thing.
Yeah, I think you have a trouble finding a spot where it wouldn't be too obvious, and then the spot that you do find, like, there's just enough stuff happening that kind of just is distracting, and enough people blocking your view, and the angle's bad. So, like, there are guards, and you have a hard time telling if they've changed. Like, all these fucking plains folk look identical, right? They're just
Yeah.
you can't get too much information on them.
Okay.
But
I spend the day
tonight-
walking around.
Yeah, tonight you want to climb up there. You want to
Yep.
take a poke in.
And if
Okay.
it looks good, I might even go back and get Luther.
All right.
It'll depend on how it's looking, you know?
Why don't we take a short break?
Sweet.
We'll be back for a short section of inspecting the keep.
All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So, we're going to sneak up to the wall and give a little look around. We're going to do a little bit of stealthy. So, for a moment, I'd like you to turn your eyes to the thief rebuild. I want to take a look at the hide skill in particular, because that's exactly what we're doing here. Now, hide works in a couple of ways. There's, you know, you're prepared and you are hiding in ambush, and then there's sort of like, I'm trying to hide really, really quickly because all of a sudden someone's appearing that I need to hide from, right? That's prepared versus reactionary. And then we also modify hide by the amount of cover and then the quality of cover. Like grass is maybe not a great cover, but there's like a lot of it, and you're going to be able to find a spot of grass to hide in pretty quickly if you're out in the fields, you know. In the situation where you're climbing up this tower, if someone were to look over the edge or come in view of you while you're climbing up this thing, you would be making a hide check with reactionary cover, which is -4, limited cover because the grass here is kept short, -4, and poor cover, -4. Maybe the limited is be like a 3 or something instead of before, but that's still like a
-11.
-11, -12. It's a big penalty. Now, the people looking at you would be looking either in moonlight or starlight, depending on the brightness of the night, which is 4 to 8. So that means that you're going to need to have a much better hide check than they are going to have a spot if your stats were the same. On the other hand, if they're distracted, like they're not like really putting their heart in searching, they roll at half their strength. If
good.
they are, focused and like looking around, like maybe they're suspicious or they think they heard something, they roll at advantage. If it's raining, it's another penalty of 2. If it's a proper storm, it's another penalty of 4, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
How is it tonight?
Roll my handy dandy 2d8. Nice clear night. Half moon.
Good.
So they'll be in moonlight. You'll be in moonlight. They'll be making their check at -4. If they happen to be looking, walking past as you go up. Could be distracted. Might not be distracted.
What if I go under the
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
So
say.
my goal is this, to go under here.
Right.
That would be prepared cover.
In that situation, they couldn't see you.
Okay, cool.
Right? You'd just be blocked from view. But it's getting there that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
It's, you might be able to walk along something like this and then try and like quickly go around the corner, but maybe they're
There's a
looking.
check,
There'll be a check. Yeah, there'll be a thing. Moving silently is probably something you'd want to do to climb up the hill, whether you're under the bridge or on the side of the bridge. There's penalties for that. But considering what this area over here is, which is essentially dirt, maybe a little bit of grass, a 0 to maybe a -1 penalty. Not very bad at all. And if you're barefoot or in slippers, like if you take off all of your gear and everything, if you're going barefoot, you've got a +2 check, so you'll be at a advantage, like a +1.
Yeah, for this one,
probably,
I usually wear
silently.
sandals, so I would put them in. I usually wear sandals or boots. I can't remember. I think it's sandals. So I'll put them in my bag for this one because I think it might matter.
Yeah. Okay. So if it comes to it, a hide check, which is not going to be a great one. I can't remember what your hide skill is, and a move silently where you have a mild advantage. Cool.
Do I need a climb check?
No, this is just an earthen hill. Anyone can go up this. The incline is great enough that you will have to essentially be on your hands and feet. You're not like walking up this hill. I guess you could, but it would be very slow and very awkward. But it's a nice deep incline. If you do hands and feet, you can scramble up without much issue.
Sweet.
All
We
right. We ball at night. So,
How's the town looking tonight?
well, it's been a jovial day. A lot of fun was had. And as things go into the evening, and we're here in November, it's a little chill in the air. People head indoors where it's warm. So by the time you're trying to do this, there's not very many people out and about. It's a little chilly out. Maybe some people who are super drunk and are hanging out with themselves and like having fun don't notice the cold night air, but all the responsible people do.
Okay.
You'll note that there are 3 drawbridges that go into town, 2 that head out into the plains, and each of those have 2 guards, and the drawbridge that goes into town, which has 2 guards as well.
So everybody got guards.
Yeah, because you need 2 people to operate the drawbridge. So, like, they need to be there. There might as well be guards on the bridges at night, that's just generally the practice. That's at least what you would expect, having observed the town. But tonight, as you start making your way in the direction of Bailey, remember that there's no wall around the village. There's just a moat with some drawbridges. And then you've got like the wall of the inner Bailey and a drawbridge that goes over a moat to that. As you make your way towards, the inner Bailey, walking past little huts, little hedges, you'll see that there's only one person on guard at the drawbridge to the inner Bailey. You can see because they've got like a brazier filled with some logs that are not some logs, maybe a little bit of coal that's burning, that they're standing by to keep warm. And it's just the one person hanging out by the bridge. The bridge looks like it takes two people to operate. So this person couldn't let you in, but they also couldn't come out at you. The Bailey also has a little wall that goes around it, making it much harder. So what would you like to do? Would you just like to exit the village and go up alongside of the Mott and Bailey, or do you want to? How do you want to approach this? Let me bring us to a new map. Okay, because over here we've got like I'm gonna do 2 big rings. I think the scaling on these is bad. Let's bring this one down a lot.
I don't think I'll leave the town because I can't really get back in, right?
Well, it's just that like 15-foot gap with some water at the bottom of it. Like that's not really that much of an impediment to you. That's true. If the water's deep, you might be in trouble. If it's shallow, you might not be. But you essentially, you've got your 2 moats. Your village is this one over here. Mm-hmm. And then you've got your like little palisade wall that goes around this lower section. And then you've got your little keep at the top with the little thing connecting them. And then there's like a drawbridge over here and one over here and one over here. Right?
So there's a moat here.
Yeah. It's again like
in.
15 feet wide at the top, but it kind of narrows. It's like a V shape, and it's maybe like 5 feet apart where the water is down at the bottom. And you don't know if that water is like inches deep or feet deep or what.
And I would have to jump.
I bet you could climb horizontally along this wall starting here to get across the moat, maybe. Or is the wall only on the other side of the moat?
The wall's only on the other side. This is just a shitty drawing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I wonder if you could, like, it's quite deep, right, the water?
We don't know.
No idea.
No, I mean, like, sorry. There's a drop.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
drop before you hit the water.
Yeah. It's a V-shaped angle that's about 5 feet deep and 5 feet across. So the water, it's 15 at the top and 5 where the water is, and the water's 5 feet down.
So you could probably leap across and then climb up the dirt on the other side.
15-foot leap?
Well, no, because it's a triangle, right? So you only actually have to clear
10?
5 feet of water at the bottom, or 10 feet, yeah. And you could, like, if you start at the top, you'll fall down, but you'll get a bit more horizontal momentum.
Might be able to catch myself too.
Yeah.
All right, I leap it, Neil.
Where? Like, you could leap out of the town and then leap back in somewhere else? Or you could just go across?
That's what I'll try. I'll try to leap out of the town.
Okay. Find a spot where there's no one in town hanging around you.
Yeah,
do
you
it
can buy
here,
a crocodile.
Okay. Well, you come over to this section and you see one of these little extra bridges that people have. It's a couple of 20-foot planks that have been nailed together. That looks like someone can, easily use it to get across, and then you pull it back at night so that no one, you couldn't take a wagon or a horse across it, but for individuals just wanting to get out into their fields and farms, like little quick bridge that we can all use.
I'll put it down. I'll cross it.
And then do you leave the bridge? Do you pull it to the far side? What do you do with the bridge?
I pull it with me.
Okay, so you take the bridge and you leave it on your side.
And I hide.
Okay, great. Now over here on the far side of this, the grass is decently tall. At night, no one's going to see this thing. It's just going to lay down flat.
Yeah, I'll
During
leave it there.
daytime, someone might come and spot it.
Okay.
Great.
I'm gonna bring it
Now,
with me actually.
Yeah, use it
It's
to get
20
across.
feet long. You can absolutely haul it with you if you just want to haul it from one to the other, but it's not heavy. It weighs like 50 pounds.
I bring it with me.
Totally doable.
Because I'm only here. I'll just go over
Yeah.
here and I'll put it down and then I'll cross and bring it with me back.
Perfect.
And then I'll
Yeah.
move it over here and then, I'll be able to put it back where it was.
Great. You haul this plank, dragging one end because it's long, it's awkward to wheel. You drag one end through the grasses, get over towards the area, scoot it across as far as you can. Do your best to lift it up and just kind of like let it gently drop on the other side, making it nice and easy to cross the moat over here.
I cross and I bring it with me.
Great. Bring it with you. I forgot that there was a second little moat around the bailey. And they must be connected by some streams. And I think there's a
Just bringing
stream.
this one ladder got me in.
Yeah.
There
We
we
could
go.
have made our own, I guess, as well.
Cool. So you're inside the first ring. You've got this thing.
Mhm.
You're gonna walk over to this guy now, right?
Yeah. Under the bridge though.
Yeah.
Wherever that is.
Yeah.
If you hug the
My
wall,
scaling
you'll
is
have a
bad.
choice.
I'm gonna hug the wall, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna like hug the wall here and then go under here, and then the goal is like to go and put it there and then
Right.
go under.
Hugging that wall makes you impossible to see from the inside, but it does, give you clear line of sight from whoever's
Yeah.
up here.
Correct.
They were bound to get a lucky at some point, though. This
100%.
bit, yeah, there was no getting away from this. How are you going to cross that last remote, though?
There's another one?
There's the
The
one at the
inside
very
one.
bottom of the mot. Yeah. It was in
I
the
got my
the image that we
handy
showed
dandy.
you. Yeah.
It's quite far to drag it, though, is it not?
How far is this, Neil?
100 feet or
Plus,
so?
it's
150?
whilst you're in plain view as well, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave it and I'll jump it.
Okay.
Nice.
Let me just take a quick look at this over here.
Actually, do you know what you should do with the plank? You should set it up for your escape back into the village, like down here on this bit.
I'm gonna leave it where it is. But I agree with you. And if we do another run, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to think like if this goes well,
Yeah. I mean, part of me was thinking that
I didn't want to
Pigeon's
say
probably
it
just
because I didn't
better
want
at achieving this on his own anyway.
I didn't want you just to sit here. But if you're sitting here anyways and you're having to go
Yeah.
through it, like fuck.
All right. Now you can see the torchlight coming around as the guard walks with his torch. Lantern's kind of heavy and hard to hold up over the palisade because the palisade wall comes to your chest to be nice and defensive. And a lantern,
Do I see him like
it's
doing
fucking
a loop?
heavy.
And he's
Yeah.
like coming around. I'm
Well,
gonna hide.
You see him coming around, and you do your best to hide. You throw yourself flat. You lay to the ground. This is where you make that hide check at minus, what was it, 11?
What I mean. Okay, like that's a hit.
You
Right?
rolled.
27 minus 11.
Yeah, it's a
not a hit.
16. That is not a hit.
It's pretty good, though.
He's got negatives too.
He does. 1, 2, 3. Dice and roll. Oh. Well, he rolled pretty
Nice.
decent perception. He rolled a 14 on his perception. He rolled a natural 20 on his spot check.
Oh.
And I think he's got a -6 because of the moonlight. But the natural 20 is really going to do it for him. And it's obvious. There's no question whether or not you've been spotted because like the torch is walking across and you're looking at it and it pauses and it looks and it kind of waves and then someone shouts like, "Hey, you! What are you doing down there?
I'll yell out.
Bob! Bob, get over here!"
Just taking a break. It's been a long day. I've been partying.
nice.
Pretty quickly, you see someone going through the gates of the Bailey and coming down this bridge.
Someone's coming for me.
Yeah, someone's coming from the Mott, headed down the bridge towards the Bailey. Maybe they're coming for you. Maybe they're coming to help get you out of the grassy area. Maybe they're bringing you booze, or maybe they're coming to arrest you because like you're in a territory that you're not supposed to be, and they need to, make an example of you. Who knows what?
I'm gonna get out of here.
By pure unluck,
Unlucky. I get out of here.
you get out of here.
I book it.
You book it. You leave the plank behind, run
I
and
get the
jump
plank.
this. You haul the plank over here, toss it
plank was-
across.
Wherever the plank was, it should have been near one of them.
Oh,
don't
I thought you
remember
where
where
dragging
exactly
it
it was.
with you to
No,
do
I
this
wasn't
one.
dragging it the whole way.
Oh, well, yeah, then there's just a fucking easy way across. Not a
Yeah.
problem. All right.
So I'm gonna take the plank and I'm gonna put it like here. I'm gonna jump over and then I'm gonna run, put the plank back, and then be gone. Is the goal.
Excellent. Yeah, not a problem. Unlucky rolls.
They didn't tell
Yep.
me to stay or anything,
Nope. Someone shouted, then you started running. There's some extra shouting, and you're gone. Probably just some kid. Day of the Tall
Probably.
Corn. Everyone's having a good time. They're just going to go play Sneak the Keep. It's a game that all the
Yeah.
kids play.
Yeah.
They're probably not
Okay.
going to worry about this incident.
It's not too bad.
It's not
Two
too
people.
bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what
We need a better
information did you
way.
get from this?
Need a better way to hide on the way in. So like here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a ghillie suit?
Mm.
Some sort of like thing that we can make, because we can set it up any day because we
Yeah.
have this, so we can go and put like a ghillie suit down for us to be able to like make some cover and like actually lay in, etc. So I think that's what I came away with. This is the big issue right now, this huge open area.
But also, if it's at night, you can see the guy, right? So you just wait for him to pass. Like we could hide. Let me change color. We could come across and hide against the wall here, so that we wouldn't be seen by the guards when they're doing their loop because we're protected by this wall. When we see the light come past, like this bit, we know he's not looking, right? And that's when we make. That's when we make the run across here like this, and then leap across the moat to below the bridge.
Agreed.
And then
Maybe we also have a ghillie suit if we could make one easily.
If we can make one. And I think we could also just go out and find some large leaves.
Yep.
Like some, I guess, like fern leaves or whatever.
Just put them together and
But-
twine.
It'd probably take that guy at least a minute to do a loop of this. That should give
Agreed.
us easy enough time to run and leap across.
I agree.
And I can probably jump first because I'm going to have better jumping than you.
Yeah. Is this how you want to do it though, or do you want to try and get someone on the inside too?
I think it would be like much better to get someone on the inside. I have most of my points in disguise and acting and all of that. I would really like to lean into that at some point. It's just harder to make
It's
it
so
work.
hard because it's literally a save or die.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean
I
you
think
can't do it.
No,
I think I'd have a pretty good chance, to be honest, of doing it. But
think we can disguise as guards.
I was thinking one of the things we could do is see if any of the guards physically somewhat resemble me. Kill him, steal his armor, and use makeup to try and
Take his life.
make myself look a little bit like him, and then use that to walk into the keep.
Sweet. I'll start over the next
Alter-
week. Look out. For someone who looks like
Alternatively, since we know the lady is strapped for cash and we're gem merchants, we could say that we're looking to exchange gems for coin at a favorable rate because we need coin. And we know she could convert gems, right? So we could give her 1,000 gold worth of gems for 600 gold worth of coin. And that's might clear some of her debt. She might be inclined to let us into the keep to have a discussion if we did that.
Okay. So it sounds like you guys need to get a little more information about guards,
Yeah.
see if there's any that's your size, figure out if she's got money, that sort of thing. So what do you think? I would like to be able to skip some time and just make a couple of rolls and then hand you information rather than doing like day by day, minute by minute.
100%.
What do you think your approach to gathering information about this place is going to be?
It's hard to ask people hey, does anybody look like us? But for this one, we could probably do it like over a game of cards. Pigeon could bring it up if like,
You know, Luther has that face. He kind of just. I feel like he looks like one of the guards. What was his name?
then see if anybody like, oh yeah, you know what? You look like Timmy.
There's also there's only the one tavern, right? In the village. So if we spend enough time.
There's another tavern. There's the one in a couple taverns, yeah.
Okay, we could maybe split between the two taverns, but we could probably find the guards in the tavern pretty easily.
Well, where's the cop? Where's the cop tavern?
There's only, so this is part of the information gathering. You spend a couple days, maybe. You got to get like the lay of the land here. There is one sheriff in town, no town guard whatsoever, just the one sheriff. Sheriff is not a knight. He's just an empowered local from the lower class. The keep has Lady Pine. It has a gatekeeper who is a respectable fighter. There's also a captain of horse who is sort of like the captain of the guard, but out here they call it captain of the horse, who's a decent fighter. And then beyond that, there's 30 men-at-arms that are just sort of generally available and around for
in the
tasks.
town, though.
But
there's no town guards. This would be
pawn, right?
Yeah, and you can pretty quickly get that like the two people on each gate are a town guard, probably or a man-at-arms. Like the people walking around the bailey are probably a man-at-arms.
That's a good point. So that's how we could do it, right? Like they'll shift around on the bridges over the weeks that we're there. So if we just walk around the town each day and take note of the guards that are on the bridges over like a week or two, we'd get a pretty good idea if any of them look like Luther.
All right, well, that's pretty easy. We want to get who looks like Luther. What other questions do we want to answer?
Who's in fucking money trouble in the town?
Yeah. Is the
Who
lady
joined to
in
be a
money
guard
trouble?
because they're fucked?
Specifically, like which guards are in money trouble?
Yeah. Who's got debts, you know?
Okay. Any other questions we want to get answered?
Which guards fucking hate their boss? The
Mm,
Dracissian lady?
How many guards are on patrol at night in the, like, guarding the house? That might be
That's a harder
answer.
one, but I guess that's
Yeah.
actually easy. We just go see it, kind of.
It's like
Take a big one, yeah.
she clearly hasn't got 30 men at arms in that house.
No.
Mhm.
Who hates their boss?
Okay.
She also said that, like, we heard that she's not gone to the party because she was trying to foster goodwill. So that does imply that there is some level of resentment, if there's any truth to that. Because otherwise, why would she make the sacrifice, right? Like, she clearly is trying to win some favor, so.
Also, wait. People said that she was strapped for cash, but how strapped could she be for cash if she just redid the whole keep, you know?
Good questions. So, for the first, who looks like Luther? You're going to spend a couple weeks observing
We
and
sent a
maybe
note
looking
back.
for an in with someone just to like make a comment like, hey, doesn't he sort of
Yeah.
look like that one guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
We sent a note back. I just want to put this out there before we
right,
start
right.
skipping. To the Copperhill people saying it's going to, take a few more weeks. We're working on it. We sent a note to the two guards and told them, hey, it's going to be a few more weeks. If you wait, 50 gold. If you don't want to, go back. Send us word. So if we hear about that, it'd be nice to know.
Yeah. Let me just. Let's see. It's a gold a day to get a messenger to a city. It'll be for a. So it's probably going to be about 20 gold to get those two messages to people.
That's fine.
It's not cheap.
Yeah.
I can take it off.
Cool. And
No-
both of
not
those
off of
can
our
come with
monthly-
replies. Yeah, it's not a
Okay.
monthly expense.
It's off my sheet.
I'm just going to tell you the answers now. The guards who are traveling with you, what did you tell them?
If you want to wait around for 3 weeks, we'll give you 50 gold to bring us back. Otherwise, you're free to go.
That's a pretty good payment.
Yeah.
That's pretty good payment. 50 gold, and there were 2 of them.
Yeah, I honestly
they'll wait.
they'd be mad to go back. Why go back on your own when somebody's paying you to just sit off?
Yeah. No, they're gonna sit by and hang for 3 weeks.
Cool.
They'll probably wait longer.
Yeah.
It takes us fucking 4 weeks. They're waiting there an extra week. Like, shit. Like they're probably coming back, man. Right?
they're pot committed at that point for the 50 gold as well. Yeah,
100%.
that's good.
Okay.
It's genius.
The message to Stromheim, the messenger just comes back reporting that the message was delivered, but that there was no reply.
Okay. It's worrying, but whatever.
Great. All right. So, who looks like Luther? This is an easy one. You've got a lot of time, and you've got 2 of you asking questions. I'd like both of you to make me charisma checks at advantage.
Natural 20, natural 20, natural. I need a 20, I need a 20, I need a 20. Fuck.
Wow,
Nick,
those are
come
bad.
on.
Easy for me, don't worry.
This isn't mine. This is
At
my
advantage,
stat.
Neil. At
Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah. Okay.
23.
Yeah, well, Jay,
I really didn't think you
Bingo.
needed that advantage, but you
We did.
did. There are 3 guards with similar builds to you, not counting like gatekeepers or captain of the horse or sheriff, but like regular old men at arms. 3 of them have like a similar build to you, but none of them have similar skin tones. The plains out here are a lot less multicultural, and this is a pretty tawny. I don't know what color to call it. Think like
Mediterranean or
think like northern Turkey.
okay. It's fine.
Yeah, I think it's probably fine. I mean, are they wearing helmets ever?
Yes.
Okay.
When they're on duty, they've got caps, and then they're pretty much covered head to toe. And when they're on duty at night, they also have like gloves, and it's a little bit
It's chilly.
yeah, it's chilly this time of year.
Yeah, so I think it'd be fine.
Can we get? Is there anybody super tall as well? Tall and lanky, or no?
There's 3 people that have a similar like build to him.
I'm looking for me now.
Oh, for you. How tall are you, Pigeon?
6'3".
Ooh, and what's your strength score?
155 pounds and 8 strength.
No.
Okay.
There's no one
perfect.
quite like you.
That's fine. You just need one person to let the other guy in.
Mm-hmm. So we passed that one off. Who is in debt? Now that's a harder question to get answered. You kind of got to get to know a guard or a couple of guards. You got to almost befriend them and get them to talking, and then sort of bring up the topic of debt.
That's gonna be the way I'm gonna go about that. It's gonna be poker.
Yeah, I
We're
was
gonna
gonna
be
say
playing
it's playing cards. Yeah.
And not only are we gonna be playing, we're gonna be losing.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone eventually is gonna be like, "How do you have all this money? Like, you must be in fucking debt." And then I'll be like, "Yeah." Hopefully it's not just me. Something along those. I'll probably let Luther do this, honestly.
Well, I think what happens is that it's a case of we play cards and we lose quite a lot, and word gets around that we're losing quite a lot of money, and we're talking and we talk about a big game, like we're clearly not concerned about the money. So I think we're drawing more people in, and then it's encouraging people to want to come and play with us. So that's a way that we can get to know the guards and the people in the town, and also we can start to have conversations about cards and does he play a lot of cards? Has he got some debt? Might
Could
come
be
up
some
in those
guy who's actually
conversations.
in debt coming and playing cards, and someone's like, "Are you sure? Like, you should be fucking doing this?" They're like, "These guys are fucking losers. I'm gonna take them for all they got."
This could get expensive pretty quickly. How much money are you willing to spend on this endeavor?
Probably like 40 gold, right? Like over a few weeks, that's a lot of money. I don't even think we need that.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, but we could easily spend that.
We could easily spend 40 gold in total.
Yeah, for reference, like a light footman makes a goal 1.8 gold per week.
Okay, so yeah, we'll throw 40 gold in total into the pot. Hopefully not losing it all, but maybe losing half. So like losing 20 in like a week.
Okay, 20
That's
a week
a lot of money
is
being thrown out there.
yeah, 20 a week is like 2.5 gold a day, almost 3 gold a day. Yeah.
Okay, you want me to take it off my
Yeah,
sheet?
and I'll be doing this.
Yeah.
I'll let me pay it. Let me pay it.
it.
I think I'm gonna be doing the cards.
All right. So Luther, the first thing we need from you is an intelligence check to make sure that you can lose money at an appropriate rate and you don't like blow it too quickly. That you're able to make enough back that it's going to work out for you. 22 is good. Yeah. So you can lose money at the appropriate rate. Now, this is a difficult thing here. You're trying to get you're trying to find out you're trying to find someone's secret from their friends. Maybe it's not a secret, but like no one likes to.
Yeah, sure. But I think the primary or first goal is to just build rapport.
Mm-hmm. Well, the first charisma check I'm going to ask you for is a rapport building charisma check. Because you're an out-of-towner, you're a city folk. They're already predisposed to maybe not be friendly with you easily, but you are losing money. So charisma check here. Can you build rapport?
27.
Yes, you can build a rapport. What is it about you that is fun for them?
It's telling stories of the city and of the hijinks in the city. You know, the siege of the undead, all of the fucking crazy shit that happens, people running through the streets, people getting killed, the gangs,
it's swapping stories with an out-of-towner who's got good stories to tell. So you've got a good, they want to share their stories. They talk about what's going on.
And I use this as a way to
here.
drop in that I'm wealthier.
Perfect.
As well, right?
Would you make me a wisdom check? Don't worry about why.
It's gonna be tougher. Oh, boom, 23.
Okay. Side note to this. You're swapping stories. You're talking about the Siege of the Undead. They're talking about, the things that they face. They talk about demons. They talk about Lord Marshall. They talk about Lady Pine. No one once brings up anything related to undead.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Even though I mention it, and it's clearly something that goes on around here.
They don't bring it up. But it's a side story to why we're here, right? You're trying to talk about debts. All right, now that you've built a rapport, let's see if you can't charisma check your way into
Come on,
bringing
Nick.
up the
Some key
topic in a tasteful way and use that for your
24.
Yes.
Easy.
Yes. Now I want you to roll me a d20 for luck. High is good for you.
It's always the one that gets me.
Always the one.
11.
Okay. Not bad.
Yeah. Now there's a couple of people who have some money issues. Pretty common everywhere. One guy drinks a little bit too much. He's got a debt with the local bar. The bartender, as you guys are talking, was like, oh yeah, Guardman, Jaina, she owes me a bunch of money. She's always out down here drinking and, she's racking up quite the tab. But bar tabs, that's chump change. Yeah. There's another guardsman, Bradford, his sister died and his brother. And his sister's husband's a piece of shit who left as soon as, her second kid was born. And his brother's wife, she just doesn't really make ends meet. And so Bradford here is desperately trying to support, his brother and sister's kids on his guard salary. And we just mentioned a guard makes 1.8 gold a week. It's not a lot of money. And so he's always looking for extra work, and he would love to gamble, but he literally can't afford to lose. And he's too smart to lose money gambling.
So he is
but he's
smart,
clearly in a pinch. And as you're talking, and I think maybe it comes up that you picked up these two guys that have been hanging out with you, and you met them on the road, and you're providing them work, and they're like, oh, my buddy Bradford, he's always looking for work. Do you got extra work that you need around town while you're here? And they tell you the sob story about Bradford's family.
Nice.
I feel bad for this guy.
That's perfect. Yeah. No, because it's gonna be great. He's gonna get rich.
What are you gonna offer him?
Well, I think we should do that next time. But I think we're gonna offer him just gold, right?
We don't have that much. How much gold do you have on you?
Oh, I've got gold on me. Don't worry. I've got 90 platinum and 157 gold.
Okay, I got 140 gold and 35 platinum.
How do we get answers to who hates their boss?
I feel like it'd be at the poker table.
We're just talking
bitching,
about
man.
All right.
talking about Lady Pine. Yeah.
Just people
Nick.
fucking bitching after losing.
Give
That's
me
an easy one.
another charisma check.
That's an advantage
Well,
one. People love to
maybe,
bitch about their bosses.
But if you're a man at arms,
true, it's a
bitching about
noble.
your liege
Yeah.
lord is a little bit riskier. Like that's not something
Yeah.
you might want to badmouth. So I actually need you to do this next one at disadvantage.
Oh,
Natural
a
20, Koibu.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
disadvantage, he says.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
It's
that's so
close.
sad.
A 35 and a 17. You needed a 21. It's hard to get, if you had more time to invest into these people, you could
Yeah.
probably do it. But with you being an out-of-towner and them being guards, men-at-arms who are sworn to defend and make their money from this person, they're not about to bite the hand that feeds or, talk shit to the new
Can
guy.
that natural 20 get him like?
No.
No. I'm asking if it could get him like who he thinks might have a problem with the Lord.
Isn't that the same? Isn't that just an answer?
Not 100%, no. Because if you get an answer, you know someone who's shit talking.
I was
the Lord.
envisaging it was like somebody looked like they were about to say something, but then bit their tongue at the last minute. But obviously,
You suspect that there's probably an unhappy person in and amongst their ranks,
Yeah.
but no one
Good enough.
speaks up as to who.
Okay. Cool. Well, I think
Um,
next time we'll get
hold
to
on.
know.
One more question. The night patrols, which you were trying to watch. This is easy. I'm not
This is
requiring
not
any checks
Pigeon's
for it.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, Pigeon, this is pretty straightforward. You just have to walk around at night a little bit to figure it out. There's 2 guards on each bridge, 2 guards that walk around the top, and 2 guards that keep an eye on the bailey. So, like, if we're looking at this map, you can see that there's, like a palisade wall that runs around everything. But there are guards who will walk along the wall here as well. So it's not just the guards up here you have to worry about. It's also the guards along this, and that's 4 total, 2 up here and 2 down here.
I couldn't see it.
Oh,
Your line wasn't shown.
okay, there we go. So this area down here, this lower
Yeah.
spot, has 2 guards that sort of patrol the edges of it.
Got it.
Plus, there's the 2 guards that guard the bridge that leaves this area.
Where did
and then-
Pigeon get to on this map last time? He was like somewhere in here.
No, you were like going across this section over here when you got
Okay,
spotted.
so I got spotted over here. Got
Yeah,
it.
you had
Okay,
like jumped to this side, and then as you were going across, you got spotted.
cool. And on the night that I did it,
Mm-hmm.
there was only one voice up here, correct? And he called out to one other guy.
Yeah, well, there was one dude up here
No.
who called out, and then a guy from up here came down the stair, the way. So there were
Okay.
2 people up here, and you don't really know if like they're both patrolling, or if one
Yeah.
person patrols and one person warms their hands, or like if one guy was just taking a shit at the time. Like you don't know exactly what their arrangement is. There's at least one person patrolling, but there are definitely 2 stationed up there.
Perfect. So there's 2 people up here.
Mm-hmm.
So if we do get up here and we did climb over, that's an issue. You're going to
Yeah.
get spotted.
Yeah. That's
So
what
we
I was
need the
saying.
way in with Bradford or whatever his name is.
Or
Right.
me pretending to be one of the guards, right?
Yeah.
So we have 3 options right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's pretty good. All right, well, we'll pick this up
Pick it up
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll pick it up then. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
See you guys.